Trev, your fingers during the countdown were out of frame.
Yeah,
Failed! God damn it!
Also, hey Zeus, how's it going? It's good to see you.
Also,
Hi,
Mel's
Zeus.
still quiet.
Zeus, it's my fault, okay? I'm trying to eat.
she's doing
What I
Morgan
do?
things.
Very. Also, my room is a mess. I just realized that. Damn.
This is called streamers become human, not streamers become perfect. Okay.
Yes,
That's true. Yeah.
that's a valid point. All right,
And
so
then for Trevor, streamers become adequate.
for everybody
Oh my
here,
god, is that an Orisa?
yes,
I just noticed that. Is that new?
I added all these gifts for making the stream
so
more.
exciting.
Cute, I love it.
I love
Oh, he
it.
gave me a Hanzo.
Yes.
Oh shit!
He gave me a Hanzo.
This is
I
so
put Mercy
special.
for you. I put I was gonna do Mario for you,
So
but they didn't have a Mario gift that was like usable. So then your second most was Orisa. I was like, fuck
Zippy's
it,
here!
whatever.
Zippy, how are you?
Zippy!
Good to see you too. Yeah, this is a
Welcome.
good overlay, Trev. I like it. And of
So-
course, Trev blamed it on me. I was partial on my fault.
It was partially it was more his
Yeah.
fault than my fault.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Let's just make it
Yeah,
Trev's
it was
fault.
me. Don't
Troy
worry.
had to
So-
let Rory. Just combine Trev and Rory.
Troy!
Rory had to let his man bun down. So
Yeah. It takes a while, you know.
He'd like pull it out and be like, "Ah."
Yeah.
flip your hair.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, the four regulars are Morgan, who's in the center, Melissa, who's
Eating
bottom
soup.
left, Rory, who's top right, who's usually in top left, and then me, who's bottom right. This week, our guest AJ, top left. I'm gonna throw this out here right now. This stream does not condone the use of vaping or any other sort of narcotics, but all right.
Rory next Pantene Pro V model.
I
Fuck
condone
yeah.
my use though, so it's okay.
His actions are really own. Don't come here and report us because he was.
Don't report
I'm
us.
of age in my state. I'm allowed to.
And I did mark this as 18 plus, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like they
We're all
can
good,
come in
yeah.
here and be like, oh, they're not conforming to. I was like, shut the fuck up. It's fine.
Conform.
So our guest today is AJ, better known on Twitch as Ecliptive.
with the underscore.
Ecliptive underscore.
Underscore, yeah.
We hosted an
just
Ecliptive regularly, and it wasn't
Remember that-
anybody.
Remember the one time I raided Ecliptive by accident? Oh, Pat.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
They
I tried taking the name.
Well, they
It's
have
just a
they
child
have it.
that's there.
It just sits there. I don't think they do anything.
Yeah, it just
yeah,
the
they're
same
just
thing-
chilling, yeah.
It was the same
It's-
thing with my old username. I
it's,
tried taking the original of that, and I couldn't get it because it just sat there.
It's like Rory's. His is
Yeah, it's like mine.
He owns
Except
it
it's owned
though,
by me. Yeah.
and they won't give him that name.
Wait, yours is actually owned by you though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is some wild shit. So let me tell you this actually before I
Alright.
introduce you. So like I was originally talked about on Justin TV, back when Twitch was Justin TV,
Okay.
and I didn't, but I never confirmed my email address, which like means that like when I forgot the password for that account, they can't send me a password reset link. So like I tried, so like that account is just locked out forever. And I tried explaining this to them. I'm like, yo, I'm like Talktabuzz with a 0, but Talktabuzz with an O is still me. Like, but I can't do anything about it. And I guess they were like, what the fuck? And like they didn't bother helping me because I guess they got real shit to do.
All right, when you become partner, ask again.
That's literally my dream. That's the main reason I'm looking for Twitch success is for
They'll
just to
actually
get my
give a shit
fucking
once
name
you have a
back.
check mark.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so like for me, if I ever get the partner thing, I'm going for the Ecliptive name. Like fuck that dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that dude can fly the fuck.
Well,
like
'cause
we
We'll switch.
want that
you
name.
Can take the underscore. I'll take the regular.
So supposedly there's like an email you can send Twitch staff. Like there's an email address they have, and like every time I look for it, they don't have one on the site. So I'm just like, okay, how am I supposed to reach out to these people?
It's in the dark
Yeah,
web.
yeah. The also, hey Ivy, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
So-
I'm just making a post. I'm
What I
sorry.
do?
I'm very unprofessional today. I'm also eating soup.
So
It's a
I think
dog.
I first met AJ when we were playing Overwatch together. Is a badass Hanzo player, and also a badass Hanzo streamer from time to time. And I've also seen you play
When he doesn't stream
shit
with his
tons
BRB
of
on.
Final Fantasy 14. But Trev, you actually you go back much longer with AJ than I do.
Yes, I met AJ around January of last year because that's when Monster Hunter World came out originally, and then he was in Ash's chat, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm jumping into the session," and that's how we got to know him. Then we played every day successfully for like 8 months straight, for like 12 hours a day.
It was very tiresome.
Yeah,
hunting
it was very
over-
fun, but like it was a lot of time put in.
How many hours did you guys play together, you think?
Well, I have a total of like 800 something, so a good like 600 of those were probably with
Yeah,
with
and
him.
I have about a total of 1,000 right now.
Wow.
Wow, we
good
have to
portion
catch
that is-
up.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are barely like you're not even
That's
at
all
100
on
hours.
console
On,
for. That's all on
PC.
console for me. On a PC, mine's about 90 hours now. More
I think
or
I'm
less.
around
Oh,
there
right.
too.
Yeah, because I'm 40 on PC exactly. I think.
I can't remember where I am.
And then presume. Well, if I'm 40, I think you're probably.
I think
almost
all of you
exactly
are
the same
relatively
thing.
the same.
Yeah, because I played for a grand total of 45 minutes before Melly and Morgan got the game.
Yeah,
True
I was
teammate
about
in
the
Final
same.
Fantasy. Yes. Not
So
really
how long have you?
understanding.
I meant to ask you actually. How long have you been playing Overwatch?
I started playing on the beta, and I ran Lucio on there. So for the beta, I
he's
ran
not
Lucio.
a new
Wow.
person, yeah.
Yeah, for the beta, I ran Lucio, and I was actually okay with Lucio. And then when the actual game came out, I tried playing Lucio again, and I just couldn't get the hang of it.
You
It
know, I
felt
didn't realize
weird
is
playing
Lucio
it.
one of the originals then? I didn't know
Yes.
Yeah.
that.
The
I didn't know
original
that
three
either. I
healers
didn't know
are
that either.
Mercy, Lucio, and
It was Symmetra at the time.
Symmetra was a healer
Symmetra was a healer.
She was
No,
able to
no.
give shields.
for healing
No.
though. There was
Yeah, she was
no
classified
Zen.
under-
It was Zen. It was Zenyatta.
Zen.
Then,
Zenyatta.
yeah, so it was those three, and
Oh.
Symmetra was in the healer rack as well, because she was able to throw shields on everyone.
Oh shit!
Ah.
Yeah, so
I didn't know
Overwatch
that.
has gone through a
Interesting.
bit of like an uphaul because there used to be 4 categories. There used to be like offensive for like DPS, and then there used to be like defensive DPS. I don't think it was defensive,
Huh.
but it was like
It
something
was
else.
so they had close range DPS where you had like Genji and Reaper in them, and then they had like a set of like long range DPS or like defensive types. So you had
Huh.
Hanzo there, Widowmaker there. What's her name? May was there as well, and they had the tanks.
May
and
was
the
long
healers.
range.
Well,
Yeah.
because of the fact that she was more defensive as well.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of those like categories that they fell under didn't really make sense because like there were certain people who were like under the wrong categories. Like why are they there? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Times have changed with that game.
For
there,
better
like, a
or worse, would
Yeah,
you
is
say?
there,
Like
like, is
overall,
there like
I know there's
is
been
there
a
like
lot.
a favorite
but, like,
era? Is there a favorite era for you in terms of Overwatch?
Before Myra came out, before she murdered me endlessly. Uh,
wasn't she like the 3rd hero?
eh,
That was pretty early on.
honestly,
What's the golden era? What's the golden era?
honestly, I don't have like a golden era. I guess it
I
was all
thought your
relative-
preferred would have been like when Grav Dragon was meta.
So okay, so for me, preferred era would have been before they got rid of my scatter arrow,
Mm.
so I can murder tanks easily in like close corner areas.
Hmm.
But it's been fine and everything. I know when I first did comp in that era, that time they didn't have the whole gold rank, master rank, or all this stuff. It was lower numbers, like 70 or something like that, and it went up in increments like that.
Oh yeah, it was based on 100, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah. And then they upped it to like 3,000 and everything for the master ranks and diamond ranks and all that.
So you're
Every
more in the last of the scatter arrows.
yeah, they,
Most of my scatter arrows.
every time I think about old Overwatch, which of course I didn't play because I didn't start playing the game till April, I just think about how much of a goddamn nightmare it must have been when Mercy had her old ult.
Oh yeah,
The
res
huge
where she
res.
can res
That-
everybody.
Rest
Yeah.
everyone, right? God.
Yeah, that one was interesting.
I think-
I heard it was
Pocket
just
healer to
wait
Pharah.
till everybody had their ult and then just res them all at the last minute and then that's
Yeah.
how you win.
She
I
was
think
more
that
of a target then.
anybody who got the 6 reses in a life without dying achievement
player of
during
the
that
game.
time needs to have it revoked, and they need to have to get it again the hard way.
Also,
Uh,
that revive when you get all 6 or all 5 of them. Wait, it's a team of 6, isn't it?
Yeah,
5
so you can
technically,
only
yeah.
revive
Yeah.
5 at the most.
Yeah, so when you
That's-
get all
yeah,
5,
you'd have to get then an additional one. Yeah.
75 to 80% of the time when they got all 5 revives, it was play of the game.
That's
Wow.
actually a really
Because-
good point as well, because that's worth stuff for play of the game. Like if you do a
because
revive,
you got all of them at once, and then they would just push in. Because people would still have their ults and everything they use as well, so you just have a bombardment of like ultimates being shot at you.
Mhm.
It's god awful.
I had an interesting thing today when I was at work because somebody was like sitting and making fun of Brig. They're like, who would use Brig? Like all she has is a flail and a shield. Who would use her? I'm like, that's literally a small version of Reinhardt, and you're not making fun of Reinhardt.
Yeah.
She's
But this was
very.
I feel
was a-
currently it's not great, but like before she was amazing.
Well, it was so weird because he also said, like, his big thing about it, about like why he was criticizing her, was that she is short range, and it's like somebody could just like always take her out no matter what from like 500 feet away. And I'm like, but dude, the whole point in most of the Overwatch games is to get on the point, to get on the
Yeah,
payload.
it's more
Like,
of a close range game than it is like sniping battles.
I was like, you have to be close range with her, because he was like, what? Yeah, but all you got to do is just stay away from her. I'm like, dude, if she's on the point, then you're not on the point. Like, how are you gonna win the game? And this is funny because then he all of a sudden goes, roll queues ruined everything. I'm like, okay, well, just play arcade then. He
Yeah,
goes,
they have
I'm here to.
Classic in the other one.
He just goes, I'm here to win. And I was like, then why
Her
are you getting
character-
on the point then, man?
Her character was hilarious when it first came out. So for her, the shield bash would stop a Rhine charges.
Oh man.
So if you timed it, you can stop his Rhine charge.
I think
And you can use-
she can still do that if you do it.
She might still be able to
correctly.
do that. Yeah, but like it was like while he's charging, you can shield bash before he hits you, and then it would just block. It would stun him, and then you just go off.
Oh man.
So it was like the perfect for like stunning every time.
Well, she went from a state of being like god tier pick to like now nobody uses her.
Her flail did a lot more damage too.
Well, yeah, because
She used to do way more
before
damage.
Roll Q came out, she was a DPS, a healer, and a tank, and that presents issues because no one person should have all 3 of those covered.
I thought you were about to say no one person should have all that power, and I was like, you're
No.
quoting songs now.
The Zeus, yeah, I could totally see that. Like the problem with Overwatch being like everyone talks like in the lingo of Overwatch, and like if you've never played it, like sounds like a completely different language. And I remember like I remember it was an hour ago. Me and Trev were playing with my friend Caroline, who hadn't played before. And it was and when I was talking to her about the game, I realized like how much stuff that we've learned, just like we didn't try to learn it. It's just we've been playing now for months, and you just
Yeah.
accidentally pick all of it up. Like whether you're trying or not, you will.
I feel that's
Yeah.
any game though. Like the more you play of any game, the more you'll pick up this or that, and then
Zeus, you're picking up the lingo. DPS,
Yeah.
this, Mercy,
Yeah.
that, Genji, that, more of that. Use
Yeah,
it
you're
all.
like trying to be ironic, but it actually like works. Like
You're learning, Zeus. You're learning already.
If you're
by
gonna
the time
first
you
play the
play,
game,
you'll be fine.
yeah, if you're gonna first play the
For
game
real.
like a first time play, and you're just gonna run DPS, I'd say run Soldier.
Yeah,
He's one
because
of the
he's the most.
easiest
That's
ones
that's
to run.
exactly what I told Caroline. I was like, "Have you played?"
Yeah.
Well, I asked her. I was like, do you play FPS?" And she was like, "Yeah, I used to." I was like, I play it every so often." I'm like, "Okay, then you're gonna want to use Soldier."
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the fact that he has his auto aim nonsense, so that helps out whenever you're just like you don't know if you're gonna hit them with this ult, so you can just like track them instead.
Gamers can be consistent with an average character more often than they can with a specialized character.
Yeah, I understand
Yeah.
I mean,
that.
the character that guy has gotten nerfed the most and had the most changes has been Symmetra.
Yeah, she's
Her
gone
and
through
Mercy
like
have
4
both
different
have
changes.
the most
hasn't she?
changes. Yeah, because her first ultimate was was a teleporter.
That was an ult.
That was her ult. Yeah, it would not. That was an ult for her. Was a teleporter.
Nice.
And then they changed it to you can either use a teleporter or a shield generator.
What?
So you're able to use either or. So for her ult, at one point you can swap between the two. You can use the teleporter or you can use the shield generator.
Huh.
I just know
And
at
if you
one
had-
point she had 12 turrets, and I was like, thank
Yeah,
God
that-
I didn't play during
yeah.
that time.
Yikes.
And then let's say for the first time you didn't have the hero lockout. So for the first season, you didn't have a hero lockout. So you can have like this many of this.
Oh yeah,
particular play.
you could literally run 6 Symmetras and just throw in.
Yeah, so
72 turns
imagine
everywhere.
how that was. Let's say if you have your tank and your healer, and maybe one regular DPS, you have 3 Symmetras who all use a shield generator for their ult.
No.
It was AIDS.
6 Torbs.
6
Oh yeah, Torb
storms.
also got his own rework.
Yeah, because you
Because
used to be able to
his-
upgrade your turret, and then
Yeah, you
your
would take it
ult
to
was
level 3.
and then now it's lava, and you can't upgrade it anymore.
Yeah, you would go into this like lava max phase, and your turret would just go ham shooting at everything. I still take out his turret. His ult now is kind of stupid, to be honest. literally
It's
just
good for like
on the
control
floor.
points, but other than that, I wouldn't use it for anything. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it for like payloads or anything. I'd just use it for like the two CP or something.
Exactly. The only one who's I don't think Bastion's never had a rework that like ult changes or anything. He never had that.
Well,
This
from
is a
the
pretty
from the beta, he used to have a shield, and then they took that out. But that was about it. I
Ba-
feel.
Bastion
Bastion had a shield?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't play him.
That's
on beta.
insane to me.
Because you know the
was
highest
a while
DPS
ago,
character
yeah.
ever needs a shield, their own personal shield.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So wait, Ivy, you said you uninstalled it.
Yeah, he was saying because the whole what happened with Blizzard
Oh,
and
okay.
whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard's been in hot water recently.
Yeah,
Well,
true story.
I mean, that can lead us into our first article if someone wants to post the one about Riot games. What's up, Trinsic?
I got it.
Because
Oh, hey, Trinsic, how are you?
if you guys
our
didn't-
in-house researcher.
if you guys didn't hear or you weren't in the loop for anything, Riot decided to release 7 different games, I think, that was supposed to be like a kill-all for Blizzard because they're essentially all Blizzard games just reworked as their own.
Okay, so that's going to be the article right there, guys, if you want to read along.
Still read along, kids.
So open up to page 1. And
I love how this
follow along
article
here.
kind of sets the scene. It's like it all started at BlizzCon of 2018.
Yeah. The
That's where it all went wrong.
yeah. So who here has watched the Riot Games video, by the way? Like the thing. That
I
they-
have not seen it.
where
I
they
haven't gotten to it yet.
Showed all their stuff.
I
I was
watched
actually
the
on the
League of Legends
phone with
thing.
Morgan when it happened. Like, I was like,
Oh,
a League of
okay.
Legends fighting game? I was like, holy
Right.
shit.
I
remember
remember
you
you talking about this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
I did watch it. Yeah, I watched it. I know what you're talking about then.
Yeah, it was a really it's like a really puzzling video, right? Because there's just so much in it and it's so short.
Yeah, it's their
Um,
10-year anniversary thing they're doing.
I just
Riot's
know-
are really-
isn't one of their games that's they're coming out with, isn't it called like Project something?
So
there's
it's
so many.
I don't remember the name of it. So they have their fighting game that's like Mortal Kombat, but with the League of Legends champions and all that. Then they have their like Apex Legends mixed with Overwatch, mixed with all this other nonsense of FPS shooter. So you have like ultimate moves and stuff. They have
So
their
it's
own
their-
card
and-
game. They come out with their own version of a card game. They have their card game that they're coming out that's kind of like Hearthstone, basically.
We do
It's a
not
little
have a
bit-
Discord, no.
No, we do not. We
And
have too
then-
many Discords.
I have too many I'm part of.
Melly and I post about the podcast in our Discords, but we don't have a Discord for the podcast itself. Not
Who the
not
fuck
at
is
the
Tony
moment.
Lemon Tea though?
You're still
I don't
stuck
know, a
on
new
that?
viewer. Welcome to the club. What do we
Hello, Tony.
No, they came in like they knew us. That's why I thought that was.
Wow, way to make Tony feel welcome.
This could be Tony's alt account. He could be trolling. I don't know.
Ivy, me too. I also like fighting games.
That one
And then they
time
also
we were
have-
in that- oof,
They're coming out with the
alright.
mobile teamfight
Uh.
tactics, which is crossplay to the PC teamfight tactics.
Hey, yeah, bye-bye.
Alright.
Okay, yeah. That was
That was really awkward and like just spam me.
what the heck?
You blew it, Tony.
I just went
You
oof.
blew it!
I went
You blew
oof and
it.
looked immediately at Rory and then Morgan. I was like, all right.
You're basic.
You messed it up.
You done messed up, AA Ron.
I love how they finished that video for League of Legends and everything with like, oh yeah, and one last thing, we're making an anime. It's like, what? Hold on. So
What's
much
this
happened.
What's this management system?
Let's see.
What?
It
What is-
says their
it's-
8 new projects include long rumored League of Legends fighting game, a management sim. I don't know. I guess you just sit there in an office and you manage stuff.
Is it like a Sims game?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
No.
A tactical multiplayer FPS. I think that's the one that's like Project Alpha or something. A card game, a mobile versions of both League of Legends and Teamfight
The whole
Tactics.
story is like a big information overload.
Yeah.
It's like, what's even happening at Riot Games right now?
Wait, so is
They're
Riot,
launching an
does
offensive
Riot
against
own,
Blizzard.
Does Riot own League of Legends?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I was gonna
Yes.
say, I was like, how are
That's
they able
their,
to
like,
use it?
tentpole.
They make League of Legends, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got the pack on that.
Oh, Jesus. I see what's happening here. I'm
is
putting the
happening
pieces
here?
together now. That character's
Enlighten us.
streaming right now, and they're streaming our podcast.
Oh,
Oh, this is fascinating and
this
very
is,
weird.
This is podcastception. This is stream.
I'm opening the link in new tab.
They just created the account 3 days ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's like a solely troll account or.
I'm
Very
sorry, I'm
confused,
just like I'm
Tony.
hypnotized
Tony.
by this whole
Tony.
idea.
Tony.
Tony.
That is not the Tony we know.
No, the
The
Tony
Tony
we know
we knew
is-
was on this
I
last
feel
week.
like
was on the
Brennan-
show. Yeah.
like-
And we respect
Yeah.
him, and he
Yeah.
will come back again eventually.
Yeah. And he was a willing guest on the show. We're an unwilling guest on this guy's show.
Yes.
Well, hey, I
Well, I mean, technically that's
Hi,
against
Tony.
TOS. So technically we could all report him for restreaming something he does not have the permission to restream.
It's not a host, it's a
Maybe he's a
retweet.
big time producer. Oh, is this how we make it? Is this what finally puts us over the edge?
He's got that deal with like Apple or something.
Yeah.
I'm so
Affiliate,
confused.
here we
So
come.
he's not hosting it, he's restreaming it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on here.
He's the Brian Eno of talk shows and podcasts. We're gonna make it big, folks. Don't worry.
And the logo on his animated character shirt. Okay, all right then.
Wow, I'm so confused.
I haven't clicked on it because I'm scared. I'll be honest.
Oh, he's just roasting
I was
me.
listening to it. It was something else, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't even
So-
gonna click on it because I didn't want to.
I feel bad for promoting it now, but
I've seen too many things on Twitch in this like 4 to 5 year time frame I've been on here that I just can't click any random links anymore.
Yeah, I've been on here like 8 months or like 10 months
This
or
is
something. I
the
feel like
most
now
bizarre thing
I'm part of something now
seen.
like a lot bigger than myself. You know, like
Yeah.
I've seen it
You're
all.
you're part of a greater universe.
Like I've wrapped it up with the internet now. I'm like, oh, I understand you. Like we're good. I figured.
I
it
never will.
out.
Bear with me one moment.
My God, he looks like a.
How come this weird shit happens when I'm here? Yeah. This is your first podcast here, I think, right?
Is this somebody who follows Ivy? Is that one?
Why did that guy look like a great value version of Doctor Disrespect?
This account has
part.
literally existed for 3 days. I'm so confused.
Getting right to it, really. Like some people make their account for the first 3 days. You know, they're nervous. They're not really doing much.
Maybe
Go to
maybe I
Craig
should
Valley,
make
right
it so in order to chat in the chat, you had to have like a verified email. Because
You can
like
do
that
that,
that,
yeah.
might be safer
Um,
than people who just mass create accounts and.
Yeah.
They also might have they might have been banned off of Twitch, and they just make new accounts and stuff like that.
Well, after a certain time, you get like IP banned. But like, if you know how to change your IP address, it's not like a big deal.
Anyways, what was my reality before I discovered this?
Okay,
Like,
so
who am I? Like,
Hi,
It's-
you're Rory. Hi, I'm AJ.
it's
Hi,
interesting
I'm Sugar Melly.
because
I'm
further
flabbergasted.
into
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I'm bewildered.
All right, let's come back to this article because that's more important than whatever the hell they
Anyway.
were doing.
Back to Blizzard.
So what I find interesting is that in
Oh,
this
we're on
article,
Riot.
Regular scheduled programming.
it says in like right before it ends, it says the other advantage Riot has is often just as guilty as the same supposed sins that vilified Blizzard. So I don't understand how people can be backing this company as well when supposedly they're making all the same mistakes. Maybe it just hasn't been publicized in the same way.
I don't know. It's I don't know. The whole thing of like people shifting between company loyalties is really interesting to me. Like that happened with like Obsidian, right? Like
Yeah.
people were really upset about Bethesda and Fallout 76. So like, oh, Obsidian's making Outer Worlds. That's like an more old school style computer RPG. And then Obsidian made Outer Worlds an Epic Store exclusive. And everybody's like, okay, fuck that. Like we got to go to somebody else now. Like,
Well, this really comes into like the sheep mentality that like I've had to like talk to people about.
yeah.
Because it's like there are so many people I know who love playing Blizzard games, and then like once that happened, they heard everyone else was gonna stop, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I can't play these games anymore," or like, "I can't be a part of like Blizzard," or "I need to uninstall," or something. And then it's like, I don't understand that mentality, because it's like if you enjoy it, you might as well like play it and and have fun, enjoy whatever you have.
You're right.
Camera wouldn't
everybody.
focus.
You just kept high-fiving your camera.
Well, I put my hand in front of it, it refocuses it for me. It's like, stop.
So like in this situation it may be picking between like the lesser of two evils, if that, but like even then it's like if they're still having issues, then how is this help, or how is supporting them gonna help when they're essentially doing the same thing Blizzard is?
Yeah, also like people complain about Blizzard being like partly like having like Tencent owns shares in Blizzard, right? Like 5% or something. I think one of our guests actually knew the figure, like 5 or 10%. It's like Tencent owns all of Riot.
Yeah.
Like the whole damn thing. I don't get it. Like people really selectively apply that. Like people get upset about Epic Games too. It's like Tencent has like a 40% share in Epic Games. Everybody's like 40% share, that's too much. Like we got to do something about that. I've determined that people like really selectively apply like their business principles.
I feel like it's more based on like their values, because like this is another thing for EA as well, because like as we all know, EA back in the day was great, amazing. EA now, I would never
EA
play
now,
EA
if you
game
play-
again.
You play Battlefront 2 and you lose, you go bring out your wallet and buy something.
Exactly. But like,
The new Jedi game does look pretty good, but
that's being done with someone else, isn't it? That's being done with another company, I think.
Well, it's developed by Respawn, who are the people who do like Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've not played either of the Titanfall games, but I'm reliably informed that Titanfall 2 is actually the shit.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
The first Titanfall was like meh, from what I've heard, but the
I
second
played
one
the
they actually
beta
did pretty
for
well on.
that. It was
I haven't
alright.
played any of the Titanfalls, to be honest.
But so far, like I watched gameplay of it today actually because a customer was interested in it, and it looks pretty cool. It's just the thing with me is that I tend to like when anything that's EA now, I tend to be like,
You'd be a little bit like wary of it.
Yeah, I usually
Like,
wait
even-
and then like let's see what other people say, and then I'm like,
even
oh,
with
okay.
The Sims, like it makes me really mad with The Sims right now because the Sims base game is $40, and the expansion packs are also $40, and they have been like that for years, like since the games
really?
were coming out. Yeah, they've been discounted a couple of times, but like they've been discounted down to like $20 before. But that's where they should have started in the first place.
That's some like COD level shit, because like COD will
Bunch of
sell you a
Assassin's-
game and then like the season pass for the exact same price.
Exactly, like that's
Assassin's
too much
Creeds-
money for expansion packs. No.
Yeah, all the Assassin's Creed right now, they're on like Steam for like $9 to $11. Like going all the way to like the first one.
So
was, like,
I
looking at them.
got a question.
Yeah,
I
far
got a
away.
question. Like
I have an answer.
BlizzCon predictions.
Yes.
Like, obviously, the past year Blizzard has had a tough time,
Yeah.
like with public goodwill.
Hmm.
Do you think like
Diablo game.
that they can recover from it like via one event?
Well,
or do you think that
what people need to understand.
whatever happens this year is not going to necessarily help or hurt.
Well, no, because like I've heard so many people go, "Oh, I'm not gonna go to BlizzCon anymore or whatever. I'm gonna like protest or whatever." Like, what you need to understand is that there are people who are still gonna go, so they're still getting funded in some sort of way, and they're still gonna have the thing. It's not like they're gonna cancel it.
Well, although they did cancel the Nintendo, what was it then? Like Nintendo launch or something that they were gonna do for Overwatch. I mean, I'm not saying that Overwatch on this Switch got canceled or anything, but they had a big event.
A special event, yeah.
Yeah, and that got canceled. That's not BlizzCon though.
I feel like that might have been Nintendo or something.
But it's been bad. Like so there are a lot of people that were trying to protest, like to stand in solidarity basically with all that's been going on. There were a lot of people that were actually trying to delete their Blizzard accounts. And a lot of people said that it was not, like, Blizzard basically was not allowing them to do that.
Yeah.
Do you guys not have phones?
I
put too much money into Blizzard for Overwatch. I'm not going to delete it anytime soon.
Yeah, fair. And I think that's part of it too, is that they can get away with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zippy, I think you bring up a good point. Damage like this takes time and multiple acts of goodwill to fix.
And also about the Riot thing, it's not as well known. The Epic thing blew up because people hate Epic and are going to find anything wrong with it, like including myself. But like the Riot thing hasn't blown up in the same way, so no one notices.
Well, see, I know everyone hates Epic from like what I've heard, but I've only recently become a PC gamer, and like from what I've heard and you say, Epic actually gives more money to the actual like devs,
to developers. Yeah. So there's you can make a good case for like indie devs and such things.
And like I understand the only reason people hate Epic is because they buy the exclusivity for like games and stuff
without any sort of level of competition. It's like the Epic store is trash and they're not interested in being good because they can buy things. It's really weird. Like,
I mean, they dug themselves that hole with when they made when they're like, oh yeah, we're coming out Diablo Mobile.
Well, yeah, I mean that was gonna.
Yeah, the thing is, Blizzard kind of like earned it a little more. I feel like, like the thing about Diablo Mobile for me that always gets me is like it's definitely a lie. Like what I mean is like I don't mind people saying, hey, we've got a mobile game, and it's like it's a different thing. What I mind is people saying we've got a mobile game and it's the full experience of the series, you know. Like that's what they try to do with Elder Scrolls. They're like, oh yeah, it's a mobile game, but it's the full Elder Scrolls experience. Oh, it's a mobile game, but it's Diablo experience.
I think that's why it's kind of
literally impossible to do that.
Yeah.
Like to have the full Diablo experience here in the screen. Like,
I think Riot's mobile game will do better than, because Teamfight Tactics isn't really a story game. I want to say
that's like auto chess is what I've heard. I've seen people play that a lot. I was like, I don't understand how people play this.
I don't think it has a story. I don't know for sure, but the fact that that's being a mobile game with crossplay in general makes it probably a lot easier for them, because hey, if you have your own account, Teamfight Tactics, and you're at home, you're like at work or something, or going out and you want to play, you can just pull it up on your phone.
Can you imagine how rough that would be though? Crossplay from a phone. Can you imagine how much people get their ass handed to them if they're playing on a phone? Like
Fortnite's done it.
That's true.
I mean, that is true.
That's true.
But how many people in here actually use their phone to play Fortnite?
Not me, because I don't care enough.
Zeus,
but,
are you one of those people who
my friend
call you out immediately, man?
My friend has it on his phone for the kids that he works with at a school. They'll play it on
See, and that's the thing. I think maybe younger kids who get to the point where they're like, I mean, I know adults can be like this too, but there are some kids, you know, like right now that are so into Fortnite that they just want to play it whenever. It's like, oh my god, when I'm in the car with my mom, I need it on mom's phone, or I need it on my whichever. I know like a lot of really young kids have phones now, but like my iPad, I need it on here, and then when I get home, I'm gonna play it on my Xbox. Like, I know that there are kids who are like that just need it all the time. But like
universe.
The thing that is like that bothers me about mobile gaming now, because there's a lot of companies that are so pushing so much mobile gaming. And like, yeah, the people who want to play, like try to play games like and stuff like that on mobile is fine. But they are truly kidding themselves if they actually think that they're going to be able to have the full gaming experience on a mobile phone.
Yeah,
like,
they're not.
It just doesn't work like that. Like, no.
And
which is why like most gamers probably aren't doing anything with phones. Like all of you guys are big gamers.
Yeah.
All of you guys are streamers. Like not talking bad about the mobile gaming industry here, but how many of you guys and how many of you guys in the chat play mobile games? Like regular mobile games, I don't mean like Temple Run, on a regular basis.
I don't think anybody knows.
Nobody does, right?
Most companies monetize games like they are on mobile anyways. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
That is 100% true.
Everything.
I read and watch YouTube on my phone. I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
See, like I've had some people talk to me about because they're like, "Oh yeah, but I mean, I play that new Mario Kart game, and as much as I love like Nintendo stuff, even like I love Animal Crossing and everything, and I couldn't get into the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp because you had to sit like." I mean, you have to wait for things on regular Animal Crossing, but there's a lot more to do in terms of that game. You can just go fishing. You can go play with somebody on like in their game, or you can go do something, decorate your house, you know. But like with Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you have to wait for a lot of things, and you need tickets for things. You have to buy stuff with real money to be able to do that.
Farmville.
Exactly. It's the same thing with
I have my sheeps.
It's the same thing with that new Mario Kart mobile game. Also, a lot of people have said, like one guy actually came to my store today and said that he's having fun with it, but he gets frustrated because there's something called like a gold pass or something on it, and he can't always get it to work. And in order to do a certain thing on that game, you have to wait until you get like another like thing to be able to play. And so for me, it's like, hey, I really feel like playing Mario Kart. Am I going to waste my battery on my phone, possibly data on my phone to play this? Or should I just wait another hour and play Mario Kart when I get home? I think that's how a lot of actual gamers tend to have. I think that's like their mentality on the mobile gaming industry, to be quite honest. Nothing bad about it. You know, if other people want to get into it.
My whole mentality for like mobile gaming is that if you only play mobile versions of the games, then I don't think you're an actual like gamer. I think you're, and that's not saying like that's like a bad thing. Like, oh, like you aren't like a gamer because you only play what's called.
Call out.
I mean, I feel like a lot of mobile gamers would be like casual, like casual of the casual, probably.
Because like we were saying earlier, you can't get the full experience of any game on a mobile game. Because like you can't even like for like an Elder Scrolls game, like there's no in hell you'd be able to play all of Skyrim on like your phone or something. That'd be way too intensive.
I mean, hey, maybe in 10 years.
Yeah, maybe in like 2030,
like,
sure.
Better phones and everything like that, but yeah, like especially with the Nintendo Switch and everything that's out, the Nintendo Switch is basically like, it's actually the cheaper version, to be quite honest, because there are some people that are like, oh well, you know, I want to get a really nice phone so I can get into this mobile gaming scene, right? It's like, just get a Nintendo Switch.
Zippy, is that true? They put the original Knights of the Old Republic on a phone?
Well, you need to keep in mind that game is like 20 years old or whatever.
Oh, I'm not confused that it runs. I'm confused that you can play it. Like like the controls of that were not particularly like they were a bit cumbersome in their day.
You have to run it off a Nokia.
I know you can emulate like Pokemon games off your phone too, and like people do that.
I did that. I used to do that.
Yeah, I've done that.
Wait, does Pokemon Go count in this mobile game situation?
That's not really a game
honest,
though.
no.
Yeah.
I would say no, because
I play that a lot.
I used to.
I would say it does count. I mean, what else would you call it?
I suppose
a fitness app.
An excuse for me to go outside.
It's a fitness app. That's what it is.
But I think that's what's interesting to bring up. I think like the definition of gaming is evolving, and so I think
definitely.
I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say mobile gaming is gaming. It's just that the definition of gaming has evolved.
I'm gonna say it's definitely gaming, but it's definitely different gaming. Like the kind of things you can accomplish, I believe, are fundamentally different.
Yeah, that's usually because that's what I was getting at. Like, it's more like for like super casual gamers, I guess. But like even then, like, you know, because like my mom plays some of those kinds of games, but she wouldn't exactly call herself a gamer.
Yeah.
But it's not like she's playing PUBG Mobile or Fortnite Mobile.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, like if you're sitting there playing Candy Crush, you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm a gamer. Like if you don't know anything else besides
see, and I think
swiping.
I think at that point, those are the games that I'm probably saying aren't really in the gaming industry of it, because there's so many of them, and then at that point, like probably anybody would say that, okay, well, I guess I'm a mobile gamer then because I play, Candy Crush or
I think that's
play
a good term to use, is mobile gamer,
Yeah.
to separate
Mobile
from
gamer,
like
yeah.
actual like gamers who play on like a PC or like a console.
Mhm.
That's such a weird title to give yourself, though. Like someone that's like, "Oh, you play video games?" Like, yeah, but on my phone. So
Yeah,
I'm
like,
a
I'm a
mobile
mobile
gamer.
But
gamer.
I don't
Like-
think any mobile gamer would call themselves a mobile gamer. Do you know?
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
because
Not
Yeah, that's
yet,
what I mean.
that'd be like
maybe,
calling
but
yourself like an idiot. So like you.
but like
do
here,
that.
but like it took a while for like esports to catch on as a term, right? Because with the same thought process, right? It seems ridiculous. Like, do you play sports? It's like, no, I play esports. It's like,
yeah.
woo,
I mean,
like that's a big yikes right there, right? Like in a conversation. And now it's like, I mean, I don't know if it's like massively socially acceptable, but it's like
Well-
it's come a long way.
Zeus was telling me that Owl made it onto ESPN.
Yeah,
which is
and
a
Tekken has
huge-
been on
yeah,
TV.
which is
Tekken
huge.
has been on
was.
TV. Yeah.
You're level 3,433 on Candy
Jesus.
Crush.
All right,
Wow.
so Zeus is a fake gamer
Zeus
because
is
he
a
plays he plays Fortnite, he plays Candy Crush with no life.
But he also plays like Red Dead Redemption, which is
See-
a real game. So like it's a.
I
you
mean,
know-
he's also played Bloodborne as well, which is a very hardcore game. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe Zeus is just better than us.
Zeus
maybe,
is
maybe
a
Zeus
man.
checks all the
Well-rounded-
boxes.
Yeah, he's
But has he fought Behemoth on Monster Hunter World?
fake
That's the
gamer.
question. Has he done that hell yet?
But yeah, I think when it gets down to it, it was just different definitions of it. But I definitely wouldn't put certain games like those into that category, I suppose, because what I tend to think about is, because like there's Candy Crush and there's Temple Run and Scoops, all those types of games. Now, like I think when it gets down to it, mobile gaming would be more like what we said, like if they tried to do Elder Scrolls on mobile. Fortnite, I suppose, yeah, like Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, Fire Emblem Warriors, not Warriors, Heroes.
Same difference.
Yeah, well, Fire Emblem Warriors was on the Switch. But yeah, I think like at that point, like those are the types of games that I'm talking about, because
Well, wait.
there's so
'cause
many different like small size games.
What does mobile gaming mean? Because now we have the Switch, and that means you can be mobile while gaming.
See, yeah, that's like, well, that's still a
shit.
console though. That's still console gaming though.
The thing is, I feel like it's more than just the size of the screen, right? It's the intent of like
Yeah.
the games they're designing and like
Mhm.
what those like
Yeah,
like Breath
'cause-
of the Wild is not designed to like gouge your wallet every like
Every
couple hours.
10 hours,
You know,
yeah, like 10 minutes when
Yeah.
you like skip an ad,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, do you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to?
like it's almost more on the game makers than the console makers.
See, and probably the good thing about this whole thing too is that usually the apps, possibly maybe they're $1 or like $2 maybe to buy it, but most of the time they're free, which is at least nice. Versus now, like I think if it ever got down to it, if they started charging like a lot of money for these games and then still having a lot of the things behind paywalls, that's where I think it would make it into an issue.
Wasn't
Because
that
we're
the problem
already
with Diablo or whatever. There was one game that was like super like heavy on like microtransactions, but it was like super popular in China and like people expected that.
Mhm.
So
That was
like
fun,
they
too.
didn't care.
I don't know about that one. I definitely know that they had an issue with both. I think more so with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Because
Oh,
there
boy.
were
That game was
there
just
was
a train
so-
wreck from like start to finish.
it was everything.
You want to progress this
microtransactions.
far? Buy the Vader stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
exactly.
what it was under. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was either play for like 40 hours or something
Yeah,
like that.
play for 40 hours at a chance, not even guaranteed, at a
Yeah.
chance.
And
to
you
get
might be
that.
able to get Luke Skywalker, or just try to buy a loot box and maybe also try to get him in the loot boxes. Which is not good. See, like I think that would be the issue if they ever did that with mobile gaming, because at least that's how they make their money off of mobile games, is that they can it's a free app and you can play it however much you want, but if you want to get like this other thing, like all these other things that go along with it, then yeah, maybe you can like pay for stuff, like that's okay. But like if you had to pay like $30 for the app and then still have to pay for like a lot of stuff behind paywalls, that's an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean-
that at that point you're just like, can I just get a refund of my $30?
Also, Beast is here. Hello, Beast.
Hi,
Beast is
Beast.
here,
Beast.
assaulting corporations.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like exactly like how it is like with Star Wars Battlefront, or like I think there was an issue with which one was it? Shadow of War,
for
right?
every-
Yeah,
For
there's a
every-
big issue with Shadow of War.
Every
yeah.
game that's come out with loot boxes, there's always been an issue with that as well. Because like that's the
addicted
standard thing
to
everything
Overwatch
wants.
loot
It's like,
boxes.
oh, there's loot boxes, and it's like they're gonna force it in my face. Like, no, you can get them or you get them for free or whatever.
Well, that's what I feel about with microtransactions. Like, yeah, there's loot boxes, but like, if you're gonna do a microtransaction, does it benefit you in the game, or is it just cosmetics?
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
just
That's
cosmetics,
the
that's,
line for
fine.
it.
But like, if it's like something like where EA was concerned, it was like, oh, you buy this, you get Vader, and you can just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Then it's
Yeah.
a
The
problem.
The thing that will always bother me with things like that, because it's different in mobile gaming, I think, just because the apps are already free. That I think would be okay, you know, because like I said, like you wanna get the app for free, and then maybe later on, like you can buy things, like, you know, like you can do that. But paying $60 for a console game and then be like having to buy things after that, or like already you're spending money again after you've already spent the $60. What I really also hate a lot is the pay to win stuff.
Yeah,
Pay to win
that
is-
stuff like to me, you can't have anything you can buy that gives you an advantage, especially in a
Yeah.
competitive game, because that shows you have no respect for the game you make.
Exactly. And not to mention like it always bothers me because like there are players who, you know, are new, maybe players also that can't afford to do that kind of stuff. So it's not exactly fair to the entire player base when other people can just like, hey, I got a lot of money, I can just buy all of these really good guns and
especially
all
if
of
you're
these
like
really
a
good
kid
armor.
too. Like if you're like 12 or
Yeah.
something and you get that game, like you just asked your parents for the game that's like $60. They're not gonna be like, oh well, can you also give me this bonus pass that gets me these characters so I can actually compete? And it's like, well, you just asked for a $60 game. Like we're not gonna give you 30 and 30 more.
That makes it really difficult, you know, because especially like for the newer people who are playing, it's like, oh my god, like all of these players are so much better than me. But it's not even that, it's that they just had the opportunity to buy a lot more than you were able to. So like that's why I'm fine when like things are just purely cosmetic. That's what I actually like about the Overwatch loot boxes, because you can at least like if you want to buy the loot boxes, that's fine, but like you can at least just level up and like earn EXP and stuff to get those loot boxes, and you always know like what you're gonna get. Like, oh, I'm gonna get an emote, I'm gonna get like a highlight thing, I'm gonna get a skin, I'm gonna get a spray,
They made that
which is
easier.
a lot better.
Yeah, I want to say hi to Simplex, who's here, asking, is that the real
Yeah,
Ecliptive?
I'm
No,
assuming
no,
that's
it's
someone.
not.
Carter!
This is Ecliptive underscore. The real
Yeah,
It's the
Ecliptive
real
is like
Ecliptive.
another guy. We tried to
Alright,
get him,
if
but
we're
we
gonna
couldn't.
do that, his name's not Simplex, it's SimpiX.
Oh,
Simple
It's
X.
an I.
capital I?
Simple-
It's
that
an
doesn't
I
look
because
like
you
it.
a bitch.
It's an I?
Symbiote?
Oh, you are a heathen.
Whoa, we've been bamboozled.
Okay, so honestly, I can't even give
CPX.
him that much shit because like I used to own the account Hella Ox, and then I switched it on the alt account,
Oh
and then I
my
tried to use it
God.
on my main account, but I couldn't because I owned the name before, so I had to switch one of the L's to an I. But I own both of them, so I mean, like,
Oh my god.
Why do we own so many usernames,
Oh,
Trev?
man.
What the fuck is
I
going
own
on?
4
my
accounts.
What is wrong with you?
Don't question why. I used to troll people. I used to, watch people without them knowing it was
I
me.
swear.
The person who bans trolls used to troll people. The irony
That's I
of
like
that
it.
statement.
No, that's what you gotta. That's what you gotta do, right? If you're a cop, you gotta go undercover. You know what I
Yes.
mean? You know, Trev's just here trying to rid our streets of dangerous drugs. They
And like
you know, he's-
people ask me like, you know how it's like, oh, if I ask you you're a cop, you gotta tell me that you're a cop. It's like legal, right? It's like, yeah, sure. It's like, are you a mod for somewhere? It's like, no.
you ever watch Training Day? It's like Denzel says in that. A good narcotics agent has to love narcotics.
Oof.
Shout out to Training Day, by the way.
What we say about
Um,
narcotics?
That's a good goddamn movie.
No,
Fran-
so
Like that.
another point I want to bring up with like games that like, so there are games that are like not considered mobile games that are like on your PC and stuff. So like Teamfight Tactics and like games where like you let it auto run. I don't know how I feel about those being considered like actual games, because like once you click that button and like let it play out on its own, it's like, are you actually playing, or are you just like letting AI like fight it for you and like do everything for you? It's like because I
call that lazy
can't watch
gaming.
those games.
That sounds like my kind of gaming. I don't want to click stuff. I just want to watch shit happen. And see what goes on.
Well, that's why you go on Twitch and you just watch other people play.
Yeah.
That's what made me go into streaming though, because I got tired of watching people play, so I wanted to stream myself playing, and then I got tired of that. It went full circle.
Yes, like Beyond Two Souls. That game is literally just you sit there and let everything happen.
Going back to what Morgan said about the Overwatch stuff, and you can like level up. That was a lot harder before. So now it's easier. So like each level has the same amount of XP. When you leveled up,
was it inclusive? So like every level was
when
like
you leveled up
1,000
from 1
and
to
and,
like further on, the increments would go up as well, like how you would in RPG games and everything.
oh Jesus!
So it
Oh,
would take
got
more
it.
XP to get.
So by the time you got to level like 30, it'd be like 20 times
So
the
it's
amount
like-
from level 1.
Well, so it's like going from level 1 to level 2 is like 10 experience points, and you'll get that very quickly. But like level like 100, like to get to level 100, you need like from 99 to 100, you need like 100,000. Hi, Tiff. Drunk
Tiff is here.
coming your way.
That's not a shot.
I feel like Tiff watches exponentially more streams when she's drunk.
Drunk
Yeah.
Tiff is best Tiff.
I should have brought alcohol with myself. I'm off tomorrow.
I am.
Yeah, I
not.
don't have any
I have work at
alcohol on me
11.
I have vodka in a cabinet.
I used to have vodka
Oh.
here, and then I ran out, and I was like, oh.
This just finished off her last like, 2 drops of White Claw.
You used to have vodka and then you ran out. You just never bought it again?
Yeah, I mean, because vodka's expensive. Like I used to get the giant
I used to have
bottle.
vodka and then I drank it all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have Pop Tarts,
my
but then I ate
God.
all the Pop
I
Tarts.
actually have
Those
Pop
were the
Tarts
days.
sitting right there. But
The-
yeah.
I have bacon downstairs. I'm
I
actually
actually
gonna
do
get
still
some
have Pop
after.
Tarts. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
want to get a mini fridge for my room, put like over there and just have.
Yeah,
fill it
see,
with,
I would do that
Monsters.
too, but then I would just never leave my room.
See,
And I
that's
already
that's
don't
what people
leave
tell
enough.
me. They're like, we can't let you have eat a mini fridge because you'll never leave your room. And I
We
was
have
like,
the same
I don't
problem,
leave to begin
then.
with.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I
Like I
never
don't
leave-
leave anyway. Like
I don't leave anyways. Might as well
you're
just
not
get a
gonna
mini
notice
fridge.
me.
Yeah.
I just want to have Monster on hand. Just in
This
a
is where I'd
fridge.
put my vodka if I had some.
I sent Morgan a picture the other day. I was at the store and there was this big how you say like a stand in the store, like a shelf.
Yeah,
feature?
like a display.
And they had-
Like an end cap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they feature an
and-
end cap.
And
Would be the
it
best way to
had
say it.
it was like it had Monster
Retail
Energy
work.
logos all over it, and there were candles in it. And at first I thought, I was like, does Monster Energy sell candles now? Because I know they sell like coffee and stuff like that now for some reason.
They sell
Hey,
water too,
but
which is
hold
it's
on.
like no,
That-
it's just like a
that Mean
repurposed
Bean
Monster
one
Energy
is
shelf.
good.
It looked real weird.
That Mean Bean one is really good.
I know they sell like energy water, and I was like, I don't
That shit's
understand how this
nasty.
works.
That's nasty. I tried like a couple of them and they were not good at all.
I
They're
judge
like,
those people who buy
they're like
that.
Monster Hydra or something like
Just
that.
like the
I think if I
People who-
drink Monster,
Monster
I'd die. Like I think that
Just-
would be the
Just
the
like
end.
the people who
Monster
buy
Hydra.
chickpea snacks.
I feel like you're calling out someone, but I can't tell.
It is.
I think he's
Yeah.
calling out Melly
Yeah.
based on the way he the I have no idea
else
how.
is
'Cause I don't know what any of those words meant, but I'll just assume that it's something Melly does. That's probably reasonable, but Trev doesn't like it.
Do you buy chickpea snacks, Melly?
I do.
What are they? Tell me what they are.
They're like dry roasted chickpeas that are tossed in herbs, like kind of like spices.
But that sounds good. What's wrong with that?
No, because
Trev just hates stuff. It's okay.
They're really good.
They're
They
always
come
like
in like
vegan shit. I'm like, nah. I'm like,
there's
Nah.
nothing. There's nothing wrong with vegan. Lay's potato chips are vegan.
I don't eat Lay's. I explicitly eat Ruffles for that
Wait,
reason.
Ruffles, plain Ruffles are
probably
vegan.
vegan,
Trev.
I never
my
eat plain.
Lay's salt and pepper is vegan.
What was that?
Sure.
My Lay's salt and pepper is vegan.
Yeah, those are vegan. Trev, are you just gonna hate?
Trev,
Salt and pepper
do you
chips
dip
now
your
'cause they're
Ruffles in
vegan?
milk? Because otherwise it's probably vegan.
That is nasty. What nonsense.
I don't even dip my Oreos in
Fries
milk.
from Wendy's are vegan.
Good thing I don't eat at Wendy's then.
Dude, I was gonna get Wendy's after I
Those
left.
French fries are vegan. Trev.
I have a legitimate
So
question.
can you not eat fries anymore? Because they're vegan.
I have a legitimate question. Does anyone know why the Wendy's burgers are square?
Yeah, they don't cut corners. My friend used to say that because he worked there.
What? That's just like a company line.
Is that
Like
like-
we don't cut
is
corners.
that-
we don't cut corners.
Oh, can you give me the
Okay.
actual
I
reason
thought-
other than this like canned corporate bullshit?
I thought you were
said to
just
me?
trying to make a
Like-
pun there, or like is that a legitimate reason? I was like, if that
Morgan's
was
done.
a pun, stop.
Morgan is done.
Bro, my friend
You're
used to work there, and every time
breaking
I'd
Morgan.
ask, he'd be like, "Cause we don't cut corners." So I was like, "What?"
My real question is where I can get the job for the guy who runs the Wendy's Twitter. I want
Dude, that
the
job
Wendy's
is hilarious.
Twitter is straight fire.
They're just like savage. There's like tweeting at people. Nah, I was like, what?
I need a job like that where I can just tweet from a corporate account, and say random shit.
No, but Beast understands. He knew that was the reason. I just wanted to back me up on that.
No worries
Going to
about
what Rory said, saying if you drank Monster, you probably die. Rory,
Yeah.
I can probably do maybe 3 cans and still be okay.
No, my heart would literally explode. Like I would be
My
dead.
friend,
I used to
I
drink like
couldn't
4 a
handle
day.
Shotgun them?
I
Yeah.
bleed
oh my god,
caffeine.
that's all he
What were you gonna
drinks.
say, Morgan? What about your friend?
My friend, I told you about my friend Ian. He shotguns those things. Like he asked me one time. He's like, "Hey, can you grab me a couple of Monster?"
I've been
Monster
like
High
a
Monkeys?"
couple. What?
Mine are gone. Like, are you joking right now?
In middle
Wow.
school,
When
we used to
when
like
I'm at
hang
work-
out and like chug like cans of them. I don't know why.
Oh dang.
Oh, my favorite can is that big ass can. When you pop off the top,
Oh,
you
I
feel,
like it. Like
smoke pop out.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's
ones
like-
that he gets.
They're
My
so
friend
good.
is
They're the
wild. It's
best.
so interesting.
Yeah. See, even Google said
I
that's
drink
the
too much
reason why
caffeine.
their burgers are square. All
All right, I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm buying into the company line. You know.
I am never eating at Wendy's.
You can ask them too to be like, "Yo, so you guys don't cut corners?" And they're like, "Yep, every time."
Yup, every time.
God.
If I ever go to Wendy's and I see them get like a random knife, I'm just gonna cut the corners in front of them.
Just
Yeah,
like
this is what you
circular. It's like, no.
I'm
this
just
is
gonna
how
take
it's
one of the
supposed to
cups and I'm
be.
gonna be like, "Yep, oh.
Just this is a burger. The buns are circular. What are
And look at you and be like,
Now I
"Fine."
can pretend that this is a Whopper."
Wait, a what?
Whopper.
A Whopper.
From
A
Burger
Whopper.
King.
A Whopper. A Whopper.
Putting a lot of emphasis on the H there.
It's like
I
Cool
always-
Whip.
Cool Whip.
That's actually a real answer. I'm Googling it right now.
We just had 3 people confirm that was the reason.
No, but Google maybe changes the search results based on your region, so you never know. Like maybe it's different in like Republican states.
I'm
or
going to
something.
quote.
Both Beast
that's-
and Melissa are in.
Like you
in
Google
Florida.
like why does Wendy's have square burgers, and they're like vote for Donald Trump or something, and you're like, oh okay, that's the answer.
Okay,
It's a message. It's a message Dave Thomas actually wanted instilled throughout the company that
Did
they're
you-
not cutting corners.
Did you guys hear
Another
that Trump is making a Twitch account?
He
He's like-
made
Yeah,
one.
he
He's gonna, like,
made
start
one. He
streaming
already
and I was
made
like,
it.
What?
He already
Oh really?
made it.
What does
I
he
was at-
stream? What does
I
he
was at
stream?
work.
Can
and it
we
was a-
ban him?
I think he streams. I think he streams PUBG or something.
I'm gonna ban him
I was
right
at
now.
work. I was at work and I saw some random like retweet about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I did too.
someone
And I was
quoted-
like, what the?
Someone
fuck?
quoted it and said, "Looks like we're going to Mixer."
Yeah.
And I went to the tweet. And I went to the actual stream itself, and I was like,
Morgan, I
"Man's
love
is
you.
streaming his presidential conference," and they gave him partnered.
Yeah, what the
Sawdust.
hell?
Sawdust. The other 20% is sawdust.
Come on. Already partnered. I think no, didn't I like talk to Roy? Didn't I talk to you about this one time? Because I
Yep.
was like, Donald Trump got partnered and Rocket Sage can't get partnered.
That's the greatest injustice.
Come
Hey, you know
on.
what? You know what?
2019.
It's because Donald Trump can say "talktopus."
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh my! Grab him by the taco.
It took me a while to get that, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh
my
God. No.
Morgan broke again.
God damn. Mel's still reeling from her stream with Ash.
And Beast, I can say pasta.
God.
Okay, Tiff.
I did inform
Like-
him that Tiff
didn't say it.
Tiff
I
said
just
that
did it.
he wasn't a real Canadian because of the way he.
Yeah,
pronounces
no,
it.
I went back and I
Pasta.
watched that part of the VOD. I watched Tiff talking shit about me and saying I wasn't a real Canadian because I
I let
pronounced
you
his
know
word
immediately.
correctly. Yeah.
I thought there were some injustices, and I was like, wow.
No, that's unbelievable. The like if there were less people who did that who said pasta in this country, we'd just
Pasta.
deport them.
Just
Like,
the
they'd be
way you
gone.
said it just
Bye-bye.
now, like,
Pasta.
hurt my
Yeah.
ears.
I can say it.
Did you know
Like the
yesterday was
pasta.
National Pasta Day?
What do you mean
Pasta. That is correct.
Pasta
The,
day. I can't even say it incorrectly. Pasta.
Pasta.
I'm just gonna start saying
Pasta.
pasta now, just to get on Rory's nerves.
Pasta.
you know what? If you
How does
start
Ivy
saying it,
say
I'll
it?
just start saying.
No,
I
we're not
say
supposed
pop.
to, we aren't supposed to
I was so-
conform to.
Pop, folks. Just
That's
let you
right,
know.
That is
guys.
Hello,
soda.
Paka.
Calm yourself down.
Paka. Paka.
No, it's pop.
It's soda.
It's
Is it
soda.
Paka
No,
or
me and
Paka?
AJ are on the same side as this.
Also,
It is soda.
hi,
I don't want to
Paka,
hear
how are
anything
you?
from you.
Don't at me.
It's pasta, but it's Paka.
So if you hear me calling it pop and you want someone to blame, it's wait, hold up. Where's she on the
Paka.
over there?
Other way, you're pointing at like the blackness.
To me-
I was so proud that I got Tiff to say pasta because I said I wanted to start a rival pasta chain called Pasta La Vista, baby. And she
Yeah,
said
that
it.
was the rival
And I
chain
was
to
like,
the
oh my
pasta
god, that's
sluts.
how you said it. Yeah, it's going to be the rival chain.
Just shaking my head to
Snap
that
and
idea
crackle.
right there.
What's this podcast even about? What
Okay,
happened? What like?
so before we got, I don't even know how we got on that
Food.
conversation of like
it's
whatever
my
the hell
fault.
we
It's
just
my
spiraled
fault. I
out
brought
of
up
control.
Wendy's.
Welcome to podcasts where we just talk about nonsense.
Okay,
Hey,
so
just says talk show and podcast.
I
It
should
says
probably-
Operation
I should
Lunar
probably-
It's a podcast.
I will
This is-
remove the educational part from this podcast
Please, yeah,
section
yeah.
because no one has learned anything except for that Wendy's
Thoroughly
doesn't cut
misleading.
corners.
Yeah.
AMA.
The,
Ask me anything.
Okay, so AJ, I know you had a bunch of topics you want to talk about streaming and
Did
other
I?
things. So
I did.
you go ahead and take the lead and just bring them up, and then we'll either diffuse the situation or discuss it. And
Can I escalate the situation and make random comments that will probably get me banned off Twitch?
I mean, you can. I'm not
Sure.
saying
You can get yourself banned all you want. Just don't get us banned.
Crepe, thank you for the host. Crepe had his first stream the other day,
Crepe! Oh
Crepe
my
is
god.
here?
and I feel like
Crepe, how are
Crepe was
ya?
peer pressured into doing it.
He was.
Yes. Okay, streaming
love-
stuff, streaming topics. Let's see. What's the okay? So honestly, so Mel and Morgan, you both have a decent audience yourselves, correct? You get like you
Yeah.
have your own. Like,
Huge call out to me and Trev right there.
well, part of my situation.
To be fair, I go live once every like 3 months, so
Yes,
I don't expect people to be
I
waiting
relate.
on those 3 months.
because my idea is when you guys if you guys stream or anything, or if anyone streams or in general, and like let's say for me personally, I can stream for like maybe 2 or 3 hours till it starts bothering me. When your chat is literally blank, and like you're streaming to like maybe one person or 0 people, and like how like
You just gotta force people to watch you.
that's hard to do. I'm not gonna throw a Twitch link at someone and be like, watch this now. Just imagine someone throwing Twitch links at people now. But like when there's like 0 people, it's like hard to maintain a communication of like, because with streaming it's talk to chat, play your game, and you see what chat says. You talk.
Yeah, it's like a
communicate
very
and
talk and response kind of deal.
yeah, because you're obviously live, not like YouTube where you look at the comments and you respond every so often there. But like, it is so difficult for me to maintain a longer stream when I don't have people I can talk to. Because I'm just sitting there talking about random stuff, and I'm just like, no one's responding to this.
That is by far the most common thing I think I hear.
So-
from streamers.
I actually talked to a customer today about this because they were interested in streaming, and they have streamed before, and they had that same issue.
Did you
Where
plug
they-
your own link? Did you like write down your link and like give it to them? Like, hey, if you want.
Did you throw your Twitch link at them?
Wow.
You can.
Please
You can
like,
watch
comment, and
mine.
subscribe.
Like, follow, and obey. But so I actually, what I was telling him was what you honestly just need to do, because it can be difficult, obviously. Like, it can be a little bit disheartening when you're just sitting there, and it can be for a while and nobody's talking in your chat, or even if you don't have any viewers, it can be really disheartening. When all you honestly just have to do is just kind of, and this is like the hard part of it, you have to pick yourself up and you just need to keep going. What I usually say, it is hard to do because, it kind of makes you think like, oh my God, nobody's even watching, especially for people that are starting out. When that's literally all you need to do. You just you just need to kind of keep going. What I was in, I mean, I was lucky because like most of the time I had one or two of my friends in the chat because I had been on Twitch for so long. I had modded for people. And so I was lucky because of that. I had somebody coming into my first stream screaming at me because I didn't tell her that I was streaming. So
I don't know who that could be.
I have no idea.
Eye glare is just.
I have no.
Mine
idea
was a struggle
at all.
because I switched from one game to variety, and that was a difficult because for me, what started me streaming was that I used to be a moderator on a Minecraft server that would run like ultra hardcore UHCs or ultra hardcore competitions, and I would do hosting for those, and I would stream me hosting those. So people would like to come into the stream, watch me host, and just spam chat with ban this person, we want to see you ban someone. And ever so often I would because they were cheating. But from switching to that to like, oh hey, we're gonna do Overwatch, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, it's like you get a decline in people who don't want to watch this because they want to watch you do this singular thing that is like fun to them.
That's
they wanna see
often the
all
struggle with
responses.
variety people as well.
Yes.
It's like,
So the thing that I would say to that is that unfortunately, like it's super difficult for people that do really want to get into streaming because people want to be able to stream what they want, but they want to be able to stream things that people will watch. I like to stream things that I want. Like that's the way that I am. I don't want to stream things that I'm okay with, but I'm not really having all that much fun with, because if you're not having fun with it, your viewers or whoever else comes in there is going to notice. They're probably going to notice. They're going to notice that, like, because the reason why they're in your channel in the first place is probably, like, besides your friends, like, excluding your friends and your family or whoever else that might be coming in to see you because, like, part of it is also because, hey, this is my friend. I'm going to go over to their stream and hang out, talk with them for a bit. Because that there are going to be people that are going into the tag, like the Overwatch tag, for example, or Fortnite would probably be an even better one because Fortnite is so incredibly popular. Fortnite is so incredibly popular. And because of that, there's a lot of people that can kind of start out as a Fortnite streamer because they will definitely
without getting bored.
See, that's the thing. People will they can stream Fortnite because that'll definitely get you viewers. It'll definitely get you viewers because there are thousands and thousands of people watching Fortnite in the Fortnite tag and just clicking on the Fortnite tag just to see who's streaming it. So that gets you viewers, but like at the same time, you don't want to just play games that you're not liking. So like I definitely know of people that have played Fortnite, or not just Fortnite, but are playing games just to stream it because they know that is what the popular stream game is.
I feel like that's a living hell though, because like you're forced to be playing something that's like, I don't want to be doing this. But
not only that, but you'll see probably there's a lot. I've seen people do this where they'll be like, this game is such trash. God, I hate this game. And people who are fans coming in from that tag, because they type that tag in because they want to see that certain game. Like, they obviously like that game or they're interested in that game.
If you come in and like all they hear is you like shitting on it, they're gonna like immediately deter and like
they're
find
gonna
somebody
be like,
else.
Yep, I'm gonna find somebody else that's a little bit more positive about the games that they are playing. Which is why my advice usually is don't just go with the thing that you think will get you viewers. Go with the thing that you are going to also enjoy. But the other thing is, I think Zippy had actually even said it in here, keep the energy up, keep talking, and eventually they will be there. And that's actually the exact advice I was going to say. And it can be disheartening. It can be hard if you just see like 0 all the time, or maybe 1 on like for viewers and nobody's really talking in the chat. But what I would say to do is just have some kind of conversation going. It doesn't necessarily have to be to a person. Just say what you're doing,
The first cast, we talked about this, and I was saying that like when I started, I was only streaming Bloodborne for like months, and like that game was been out for like 2 years at that point, so like no one was really watching it. But I got to know it really well, so I knew like everywhere. As most of you saw when I helped Melissa, I was like, pick up this item, it's this, and then I would quote all the dialogue and shit.
Exactly.
And I was stunned at how much Trev knew exactly
I could've
where
worked
every
on that
single
game.
item would be.
It's
He
'cause
could
Trev
play it
no life the
blindfolded.
game.
But
He
that's
could
the thing.
play it blindfolded.
That's the thing, that Trev knew his game really well.
That's me
One
for
of the
Monster
things
Hunter
that
World.
one of the things that was really easy for me starting out was because I wanted a game. I was like, okay, if I want to try to stream a game, what should I stream? I want to stream something that, you know, I have fun with. Because at first, I don't even think this was a thought for me, but I was like, Friday the 13th, I don't really want to start out streaming that. So I was like, what's a game that I have a lot of fun with, that I know a lot about? And so that's why I chose Uncharted 4. I know a lot about Uncharted. I like history. And so that was kind of the fun part about it, to be honest, because even if nobody was watching, I could just be like, okay, so this is what I'm gonna do next, because like I know where I'm gonna go. Like, oh god, like I gotta pick up a gun, where are some grenades? Like, just think, like say what you're thinking. Like, so like, you know, everybody obviously when they're playing a game, they're thinking some kind of thing, right? Like, okay, I got to do this. Just get into the habit of vocalizing it.
You
that's
just
at
have
least
to start learning how to talk to yourself. And carry a
exactly. That's
conversation
at
with
least your
yourself.
voice coming out, and people
Yeah,
are hearing
totally.
that.
I'm going to
'Cause
piggyback off of
there's-
that and kind of agree with what Zippy said about using it as an opportunity to practice.
Yeah.
Like I got really lucky, kind of similar to Morgan. Like I've always had at least one person in there to talk to from the very beginning.
Those accidental 9-hour streams, right? The test
Yeah,
stream.
accidental. But
It was
like
6 hours.
sometimes, like even working
Yeah,
out tech issues, like I've had to kind of stumble my way through like transitioning from PS4 to PC with like people suffering along with me, like not knowing how to set my audio. Like I'm making a lot of mistakes and figuring out like what is my voice, what is my style, what's my, you know, personality or persona or brand or whatever you want to call it, like on Twitch. And like I almost like wish I could have worked out some of that like earlier, you know, before kind of getting a little bit more of a viewership, just because it's like it's kind of crazy to be learning that stuff as, you know, as you're having an audience. But just kind of looking at it as actually a valuable time to practice and try things out and just experiment a little bit, you know what I mean? To kind of not look at it as like a drawback, but actually an opportunity to like stretch yourself and try new things and experiment. I don't know. That's
Yeah, definitely.
For
Yeah.
Like,
me,
and the thing is, oh no, go ahead, AJ.
yeah, for going off like the games that like you're familiar with, for me the only two I could think of that I was able to stream and just chill playing it without really worrying about chat was Monster Hunter World, because I knew which way when I first started streaming it on console, I knew like I didn't know what to do, but like I had progressions of hunts and everything to know what I'm gonna do next.
Mhm.
But the other game would be Marvel Spider-Man, because no matter if you were doing the missions or anything, you could always just do something, because there's either the fights, you're swinging around, you're doing all the objective stuff like picking up items and all that.
Mhm.
It's like there's always one thing you can do to make like to keep going for it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing Uncharted, I mean, I was playing Uncharted 4 because like I could talk about like the things that had happened in the last games. I knew a lot about like actual history behind things, or so like I could talk about like I think when it came to like Uncharted 4, I was talking about like hey, did you guys know that there was an actual thing like this was an actual real legend that was like not called Libertalia, it was called Libertatia. There's a book about it, like, and people told me that that was pretty interesting, that like I knew things about that. Or like when it came to Uncharted Lost Legacy, I could talk about like Indian culture and history and stuff like that. And so like that got me to keep talking into like, even if nobody was in there, which I think by that time I at least had a couple of people in my chat, which was you know, I was thankful for that, you know, because like what Melly said, like both of us were pretty I think we're pretty lucky in the fact that like we had at least one or two people in our chat at the beginning. But that's one of the things that you just want to keep doing, is that's probably the most important thing, is to just try to keep talking and
just
be
always be talking. It doesn't have to pertain to the game necessarily. Just
Be
as long as you're
engaging.
talking, yeah.
Definitely,
be engaging
yeah.
about
It's-
something. Like
Even
really
you
wild.
never know who might be lurking too. Because
Exactly,
like, even though like there's somebody may not be chatting, or like you check your viewers and it's not
Got
necessarily
Commander
not
Root
necessarily
lurking.
yeah, like people
Commander
drop by
Root,
all the time, and if they drop in and nobody's talking and it's just someone sitting there playing, they might just leave, you know. But if
that's
you're sitting
really
there talking,
what deters people is they come and do a thing.
The viewer count can lag for a bit. That's very
they
true.
kind of like sit there and like they test it. I used to do this a lot, so I used to watch and try to find small Bloodborne streamers because I loved that game. And if I went in there and they weren't saying anything, I would just leave because like that makes you uncomfortable, and then it's like really uncomfortable when they can only reply to you. Like if they're already talking and stuff, then it's fine. But like if they're sitting there and like once they see hi, they're like, "Oh, hi," and then they go back to being quiet, then it's like I'm not supposed to carry the conversation.
Yeah, and I think a part of it too is like, if you just like talk the way you talk, it's gonna be like we're all sitting here right now, like doing this podcast, and we're all different. We have different ways of expressing ourselves. Like you're gonna find your thing eventually just by being you. Like I know that sounds like really cheesy, but it's like 100% true. So like Morgan's thing, like Morgan happens to be really into history, right? So like Morgan's stream, and I watched that stream. I watched those Uncharted streams, and I had a great time in them. But like Morgan's stream is different than Melly's stream, right? I have fun in both of them, but they're completely different, and it's not because they try to make them different. It's because Morgan and Melly are different people.
Mine's
right?
different because no one knows it's going on. So
Trev's is different mostly because of the subversion of expectation.
Trev's is different because it's a game of Where's Waldo.
I wouldn't. No worries, Zeus. I
just read all
that,
and I'll we'll get to it right now.
we reread it, Trev.
Yeah. I actually read it though, so it's fine. I understand what's going on.
Honestly, I think it depends. Like, I think when it gets to to other streamers sometimes, like, I probably think, like, no offense to other streamers or anything like that, but, like, I usually try to make sure that I'm, like, in their community usually before I really sub to people. But, like, that's usually how I try to be. But honestly, like if they're that into your community, I probably am already that into their community as well. So that's probably why I go back and sub to them. But no, I completely get what you mean because like not everybody can afford like 15 subs every single month. So, but yeah, like I think that's what I usually try to do. I at least try to go back and I try to see, you know, what kind of streamer they are. You know what? It's always really nice when you get a new sub, you know, because, you know, obviously they're in support of you, and it's nice to try to be in support of other people. So,
yeah, I mean, obviously financially, if I can, if it's another content creator subs to me, like I would love to sub back.
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily feel the pressure because I don't put that pressure on other people.
Me too.
Yeah, so I think there's other ways to support. So even if like totally. I don't have the budget to do that, or like you know, money is just what it is. Like I feel like if I can at least lurk or you know chat and be active in chat or support them in some other way, like that's what I try to do because it's I don't expect you know that from other people. So
well, there is also a thought process of like. You shouldn't just because you stream and like say like you're a partner, like you're an affiliate, that you shouldn't expect people ever to sub to you. That's not something you should have as a mindset. Like just because they're watching the regulars, you shouldn't be like sitting there like, why aren't you sub to me? Like you're here all the time. Like, or do you not want to support me? Like that's not the mindset you want to have.
No,
yeah,
absolutely
I agree 100%. Yeah.
That's when you go
one of the things that, and not to call anybody out here.
Just calling me out. I can tell.
Spin an S.
Which is why I never would say names about these things also. But I can remember going into a stream one time. Because like that's, to actually get down to it, for everybody who's watching this too, like you never want to get into streaming just because you're like, I want to get into the money of it. Yeah. Because it takes a long time to get affiliated. And then it can take a long time to get your first payout. And to get payouts after that, you have to be engaging. And then it
takes a century to get to partner.
To get to partner, yes. And it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of effort. You need to be engaging, and you need to be nice. You know, like I know that there are some big partners who can go off and freak out as much as they want, but they're partners, like people can do stuff like that. It's kind of like how big celebrities can get into like a huge thing of trouble. Like they punch somebody and 2 days later, like nobody's really talking about it anymore. They don't really care. But like that doesn't fly with when you're like an affiliate, you need to be nice. You need to be engaging. Especially like if you do, obviously you want people to come back and sub, like that's the whole point. Like, I mean, that's not the whole point. I don't mean that's the point of streaming, obviously.
Yeah, Morgan just said she's only in it for the money. She's outed herself.
But you want to be engaging, like you want to be nice. And I definitely have, like, when I first started, like I wasn't like, oh, I'm definitely just in this for the money. I streamed because like I thought it'd be fun. I was watching Melly stream. I knew like she was having fun, and I was watching Ash and our friend Tracy, and they were obviously having fun. I was like, this seems pretty cool. Like I kind of want to get into this, and I just wanted to play games. Like I thought it'd be fun to just try it. So I made my own like little bio and everything. Like that's what you really want to do. Like customize your bio, talk about what you're playing. Like maybe talk about like when you can be on and stuff like that. Talk about some of your friends or put a picture of your pet, something that brings people in,
Anything
That's
that personalizes you a
as
little
long
bit
as it's
is really
customized
helpful,
and
I
like
think.
I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but like don't go and get like the free like templates you see online, because like 90 other people have those free templates, so it's like you're not different in any way, shape, or form. Like if you guys want,
your
like
own.
DM me and I'll make you customized ones. Like I made custom ones for Eric, I made custom ones for Tiff, I made custom ones for Ash at some point.
You hear that, chat? DM him. Flood his DMs.
DM.
Do it.
Open those.
Forensic. Somebody actually stole my template for when I gave them to Ash. Someone actually stole the Siege ones I made for her.
For real though,
Yeah.
I actually,
Wow.
And like
For-
someone
for-
tried to like pass them off as like their own. I
feel
was like, no.
honored.
I was like, those are mine.
For real though, I actually am gonna DM Trev after this. That's a good idea.
Blow up his DMs. Come on.
But like that's the thing, like, and the other thing too is like when you're first starting out, like because I've heard some people, which this is fine if you want to do that, because it can help you. But before you're affiliated, like some people will do like a tip link, like, hey, send me a tip, it can help me like maybe further my stream a little bit, like before they become an affiliate, and like that's
never
fine. And
only have a tip link at
This
the
is the
bottom of
thing.
your page.
so one time I was watching somebody, and
They have
I think
4 tip links.
I think they were playing something like it was like Outlast or something. They had their camera on. It was like a PS4 camera. It was dark in the room. They were not talking for the entire like thing. I think I watched them for maybe 10 minutes just to see. They did not talk the entire time. And the only thing that they had in their bio was donate to me, and that's all it said.
Such a bad look.
Didn't know their name.
That is
it
not
didn't
what
say
you wanna
their
do.
name. Didn't say what kind of games they liked. It didn't like talk about a tiny itty bitty bit about what kind of person they were. It was just donate to me, give me money.
You know what
and
that feels like an IRL equivalent of what that is like is when you're walking down the street and you see somebody on the side and they're like, hey, do you have any change? That's the equivalent to only having a donate link.
Although, it's so funny though. Like, have you guys heard about this pet rock that got affiliate after 7 days?
What?
This story's
on
gonna
the
make me feel
internet.
so bad.
So like this pet rock, some streamer just streamed their pet rock for 7 days straight, and they got affiliate. I'm
Doesn't
gonna post
a
the link.
pet need to be like alive in some way, shape, or form?
So like literally, this pet rock
What?
has more followers
I
than
gotta
us.
oh my god, it's adorable.
They put Google it. Okay, all right, and
So
that was
it went
the entire stream?
viral,
Okay, so not
it's
only-
just music playing in the background.
Oh, no, I was a skeptic, but now I saw the eyes and I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
in.
I'm
I'm
following
I'm
this.
following
Yeah,
the pet
hell
rock
yeah.
right now.
Whatchamacallit? One of the many things that I think makes this generation one of the dumbest things ever. The first thing
It has
was
tombstones around it. That's
no. The
horrifying.
first thing was that
It's Halloween.
in order
That's what
to
happened to
help,
the pet rocks who didn't make affiliate. Those fuckers are gone.
he ground them up in the sand. All right, but no. So why I think the generations are like the dumbest thing ever is because I don't know if any of you remember, but a while back, it was trending on Twitter that like Kylie Jenner was like close to being the one of the youngest billionaires ever, and like people started donating her money so she could reach that goal. They were throwing money at somebody who had almost $1 billion. And I was
That's
like,
wild.
I was
Wow.
like, why?
I almost have $1 billion.
That is
Yeah, let's
the same
finish up
level.
that $1 billion for AJ. Let's get it going
Yeah.
That
here.
is the same level as this Twitch rock.
This rock is gonna get partnered.
They already have
Please
700
don't
and
hurt.
something followers.
Oh god, they passed me up. Fuck.
So that's the thing, like on Twitch, like Twitch is just wild. You just have to find your thing and find your niche, and you might get lucky. Like this
Bernie
Pet Rock.
Sanders is on here
Bro,
now. Like, that guy's
honestly,
ancient.
When I used to like troll accounts with like people, I'm not gonna name who, but there are people that
Hey, look, it's Ian.
We,
Hi, Ian.
we used to
I now
like
have
troll
another reason
accounts,
to hate the world.
and somebody actually put in their title dabbing for followers. So like in that one stream alone, they got like, I think it was like 300 followers. So they had to do 300 dabs on stream. I was like, what is going on? Why am I watching this?
I saw an old man dancing one time while just chatting.
Just chatting
You
is.
should have
Just
reported
chatting.
him. He wasn't just chatting.
Just chatting is wild.
on a Friday night. After this, we should just go look at just chatting and see what's
Just chatting
going
is
on.
wild. Let me tell you.
Just chatting is something
I saw him
else.
dancing to random songs.
It's
and
never
I was in
just
there
chatting.
for 30 minutes for some reason. I was just
Hon-
watching.
Honestly, though, like just chatting is like when like we know streamers who will sometimes put themselves on just chatting, and that's what brings out all the weird people.
That's what
Right.
Ash does. That's literally the only
So
time I need to
AJ,
ban people.
maybe you should try it just chatting sometime and see what happens.
So here's the thing with
Just
that.
wear a really
because
low
we'll say
cut
it
V
bring-
and then like start doing just chatting.
We'll say it brings out the weird
Every once in a
people.
while, I'll just be like,
We'll say it brings out the weird people, but with just chatting, the biggest struggle, in my opinion, is if you're a female streamer doing just chatting, because then you get the really fucking creepy people.
Listen, I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now, as somebody who mods a lot of different channels, that just chatting is the only time where I actually had to actively ban people.
Just chatting's the one time Trev has to actually be a mod.
Yeah, like
Legitimately.
every other time it's fine, but like when it's
Not
just
per its
chatting, I'm
random
like, okay,
friends.
I actually have to like watch.
I can remember one time when I was watching Ash, and I can remember just why, like, what is with all these weird freaking people
Yeah,
in
we,
here
we
today?
get
Is
a
it
lot
a
of
new
people who
moon?
ask something
Full moon,
about
sorry.
feet. There was another guy
Show
who,
me your feet.
I don't understand the feet fetish.
who asked, and then Rory is like, you should leave, so then I banned them. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
I
He was-
also agreed with that. So
Ash was like, what should this person have to do for me to show them my feet? And I was like, they should have to leave. And then
and then I was like, alright, so I banned them. I was like, cool. I was like, we
I think
were all
that's
on the same
fair
page.
Trev bans me all the time.
Alright, I banned you once, just so you can get on your little like card, and then you can walk around like a badass, and then like, hey, I got
I've been
got
banned.
I've
I
also
feel bad
banned
for all the
Morgan,
Morgans and Melissas.
Melissa. And it's not
I
even their
haven't been
accounts.
banned
It's just
yet.
random.
Oh,
It's just
yeah, yeah.
random people. Like,
Morgan and
those
Melissa,
people
those
can't talk
two
in
users
18
are
different
banned in
channels.
so many channels. It's ridiculous.
Like 19 channels. I feel bad for the original Morgan Melissa that like comes in there and is like, "What the heck? I'm already banned."
They so happen to stumble across that. It's like, wait, why can't I chat? It's like, oh, well,
I'm banned. Screw this channel.
Damn, people banning me randomly. What's going on?
Anyways, but yeah, that's my advice for that. You know, like you need to be engaging in everything.
I just read Zippy's comment.
I've never tried just chatting.
Zippy,
should
Don't.
give it
so
some time.
Don't. You get enough
Oh.
creeps as it is, Melly, from time to time, to be honest.
play
Oh
that
my-
Nemo song.
I ban everyone named Morgan or Melissa on principle.
So Zippy, not to break the illusion or anything, but like these don't actually work. I just wear these for the cast. It makes me look like I'm actually doing something.
Professional.
You're
Trevor's the
a
CEO.
fake.
You know what I mean? He's got shit to do.
Exposed.
You're
He's
a
got
fake
delegation
glasses
to plan.
wearer. You're a
And
lie.
it's even worse. Like I have two different kinds. I have like these and these.
You're a
Wait,
fraud.
you have two different kinds of fake glasses?
Yes.
Just
Rory
for like
needs to
different
put his-
occasions?
Yeah.
Rory needs to put his glasses on, and then Melly can be the odd one out.
Well, no, because like it
Well,
felt-
actually, I wear glasses, so maybe I should do a
Yeah, me
glasses.
too, Mel.
No,
Look at your
'cause
glasses then.
I saw one stream where like, or I was like, it was like after a stream we did on here, and then like Rory put glasses on. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he wore glasses. Like I feel like such a
Yeah.
fraud.
Yeah.
Plot
already
twist.
are.
Stream,
Plot
yeah.
twist, I actually wear glasses and don't wear them on stream.
I never wear my
Did you-
glasses on
Did
stream.
you
I
wear them,
have
like,
to wear my glasses
at
on stream
all
or I
when-
can't see.
Did you wear them all when like we were with each other? I don't remember.
Yeah, I did when we were watching the movie.
Which
Plot
one
twist.
was that?
I don't know.
Was it
one
the
of
scary
movies.
movie that I was like not looking at?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't. With Morgan, when you were here for the weekend, did I wear my glasses at all?
Yes, you did.
I did.
Oh, you
Oh.
It's like
did
I remember perfectly.
I don't
I
remember that.
It was a cool evening in October.
I was
She
just
was like,
so
yeah,
busy
that
looking at
happened
his face. You know,
7:23.
It was
Aw.
he's so handsome, guys.
Yeah, I know.
You say all that, but then you aren't number one in his chat. But I'm just, just throwing that out there.
Oh.
Number 2 is this is the new number 1.
No.
Oh wow!
I thought it was if you ain't first, you're last.
It is. It's very much. If you're
Haven't
not
you ever
first, you're
heard
last.
of second? It's first the worst, second the best.
I
Yeah,
remember
but
saying
I'm
that
quoting-
shit in like elementary school.
But I'm quoting Talladega Nights, so it doesn't matter.
Anyways,
why am I
yeah.
why am I showcasing the fight for Rory right now with Trev and Morgan?
Yeah, there you go, Zippy. Zippy gets it.
You're first, you're last. All right, calm down. You had to flex on us just because I drive a sports car. All right, calm down. Is it manual? Because if it's not manual, you have no rights to be driving a sports car.
It's the Stinger, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Zippy just quoted WatchCon.
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. We
Ask any
love
real racer,
Fast
any
and Furious
racer, any
quotes out
real
here.
racer.
Hunger.
We hung.
We
man.
hung.
We Hungry is actually an alert on this channel. So the first
Oh,
two alerts
fuck,
we
shit,
had
really?
were
Wait, was it
Fast
like?
and Furious related.
Yo, we
And
have
then-
alerts on this channel.
Yeah, so follow one.
Oh, alerts. I thought you said command.
No. Oh, but we do
Sad.
have this.
Dear
Dog
fucking
slide.
lord. That is
Wow.
horrifying.
So originally, whenever I was watching Andrew stream, back when he
Wow.
streamed, rip, I would spam this and it would like freak out Melissa.
I remember that. I was there.
Oh
That's-
god.
Wow.
I've grown inoculated to it.
That's
Andrew
a
was one of the
headache.
first streamers I ever saw from Tiff's community. Actually, like Melly and Andrew were actually around the same time.
Gal, Trev.
And I remember very well Trev doing that during when Andrew was playing like Devil May Cry or something.
No,
Do
it
you
was
remember
God
that?
of War. Yeah.
The
God of War, yeah.
Yeah, because he was beating the
Boy.
Valkyries. I remember.
Sorry.
boy.
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 he's
read this.
God of Boy.
Andrew is an amazing streamer, by the way. Just
Yes.
a side
I
note.
really
I love
miss
his streams.
Yeah,
really
I always
miss
had a
his
great
streams.
time. They were always like hella late, but like that was
That
all
was
good.
when you lived on the island too. So like whenever
Yep.
whenever he was live, it was like 3 a.m. for you.
It
I
literally was like
Jesus.
3 a.m. and I would just start watching then, and I'd be able to watch till like 4 or something before I was like, all right, I gotta fucking go to bed. I got work in the
I like how Mel copy and pasted that and still
11
got the
yeah,
11
A good
11.
trinsic.
Picked up the trinsic.
What is that? A biblical verse? The biblical verse, the Trinsic 11.
Trinsic,
19.
chapter 11, verse 19. Foxlight.
Fuck.
we need like a regular shout out, so it just shows like what the last thing that they were playing was.
yeah.
I thought that's how it worked with this, but apparently I had to like go and tweak something in the AI.
Or has it just been so long that he streamed it's not
Well, let
showing?
me see
No, because
what
it does
mine-
it for everybody.
Here, wait. Let me see what mine was. 1 second. I can do this.
Morgan shouting at herself.
Damn, all that self promo.
If this channel ever goes in the emo only, that's all I'm gonna
Literally, I feel like it was such a huge mistake to put all these GIF emotes on, because I feel like everyone, especially the ones that go on concert with each other, to make it like
Start
a never-ending
anarchy.
loop. It's just gonna be that in the chat from now on.
see. You've started anarchy. Look what you've done.
I shouldn't have revealed that we had BTTV ones. Mistakes were made.
Do we want to go on to one of our other links?
Yeah. You can go ahead
The
and
next
post
one we
the PS5 one because we can briefly talk about that one since we
Anyone
talked
ever-
about
did
it
anyone
a
see
little
that?
bit ago.
Did anyone see that picture
Fun.
of it?
Be right back.
Yeah, that's supposedly what it's supposed to look like too.
It looks like a bedpan from a hospital.
Yeah, it looks like an iHome or something because like I have one up there and it looks.
I like that it has an
generally similar like that.
SSD drive. That's cool.
Yeah, that's such a good one.
Like that's cool. It says that, but then like
Well, that's why the price
it
is
look
going
like?
up because they're including an SSD as opposed to whatchamacallit. Oh, there. Yeah, cool. I think it was just the old API for the Nightbot
That's
doc I
the
used.
article if you guys want to follow along.
Yeah, so this is gonna be huge if this is true because it's gonna include backwards compatibility for every single generation of PlayStation games.
And I
Dude,
talked
go
about how much of
back
a
to Black
fucker
Ops
backwards
2.
compatibility was last time for the PS3. Like that is an actual nightmare.
Yeah.
Go back to Black Ops 2.
That would be amazing.
Your launch PS3, Jesus.
That's the kind of thing that would like get me to buy one of these.
If can
To be
I mean,
honest,
I'm gonna
like-
buy it anyway just because there's gonna be so many exclusives that started on this gen that proceed over to the next gen.
See, here's the thing. I only just started Spider-Man, so I haven't totally fallen in
Well,
love
yeah,
with
I
it
mean,
yet. So
you need
like, I
to-
might
you
feel-
still
Fall
need
in
to
love
be-
with it.
You still need to be Spider-Man, God of War, I guess Horizon, and any
Platinum
other
that
sort
game.
of-
I'm gonna be 10,000% honest with you. I'll probably never beat God of War. Like,
I
there's
still
so
have to
much,
such a
there's
great
so
game,
much
though.
stuff on the list before God of War, and I say that as someone who liked the other God of Wars. Melly, I think you're muted because you're trying to.
Oops.
Doesn't
Sorry.
matter about God of War. Just finish Spider-Man mainly.
Yeah, so
I
I'd say
promise I will.
Spider-Man over
God of
God of
War is
Don't worry.
incredible. God of
I've
War is
already
incredible.
committed to Morgan that I'm playing Spider-Man.
The DLCs, you only have to do the
Well,
first
dancing
one,
over here.
honestly.
No, do all of them. You need a platinum everything.
Well, look, no pressure, but it took me like a day to platinum it. I was in the,
It
like
really
the
doesn't take
0.4% club because I had no life.
Oh.
So
It is
Was it-
also just a phenomenal game. The storyline's
Yeah.
really good.
I,
I
all
almost
honesty,
cried at
like,
the end. That's how.
being
like,
serious-
I'm not a emotional person.
This heartless
whatsoever.
person almost
Yeah,
cried.
and I almost cried at the end of that game.
Okay, I did cry. I'm an emotional person, so I bawled.
Like the last time I felt something like that was when
Such a good game.
okay, spoilers, but when Viserion got shot out of the air.
Oh
and-
my
and
god,
crashed,
spoilers.
I was sitting there. I was like,
Last time I felt emotion like that was when Ghost died in MW2.
oh, dude,
My heart.
I almost started crying when I was watching Lord of with Rory the other.
At
which
what part?
one?
Oh, don't make me
The
say it. It's
Fellowship?
sad. No, it was
Twin
Okay, well, I
Tower?
almost I wanted to tear up a tiny bit when like it was something with Samwise, and it's always something with
Oh,
Samwise.
Sam.
Oh,
Sam's
was
the
it when he
heart and
like
soul.
when he tells him off and he's like, "You're not my friend anymore," and then he like leaves and then he discovers the bread at the bottom of the like mountain because he got set
It
up.
wasn't that part.
Or it's
It-
like, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. That part? No.
It wasn't that part. Wait, because if I remember right, yeah, okay. I wanted to look at it again. 'cause
Oh,
it's just-
spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Lord of the Rings, but at this
Okay,
point,
the Lord of the
you know.
Rings are.
Ian, I thank you for the solidarity as well. Massive one to finish.
It
Thank
was
you.
when King Theoden passes and he sees Eowyn and he just goes, "I
Oh.
know your face," and I was like, "Don't at me."
Wasn't there
Yeah, I
one
could
part in that movie where like they try to kill
You
the
said
guy
don't
and
at me.
he's still alive? Aren't they like trying to burn the guy and then like he's actually still living and then like he like
Yeah,
runs
yeah,
up
I know
there
what you're
and, like-
talking about. Yeah, yeah. The
Like imagine fucking up that bad that you're almost killing somebody that like king or something.
Well,
So yeah, PS5 backwards compatibility would be amazing. Like that, it's a genuine. That would make me buy it. That
Well,
honestly
see-
by itself.
And I could finally play the original Red Dead since I made it this
Whatchamacallit?
far without being spoiled on it.
The only problem
Now
with
you
this,
said that,
I was
now
talking
I
to Rory
want
about
to.
this the other day. I forgot that's what that was.
the
for
only
that game.
problem with this is that I feel like so many people have sold all their previous system games because they're like moving forward. We're never gonna get backwards compatibility. So
That's
a lot
what
of these people
Amazon's
sound
for.
like idiots. But I also discovered that because I was looking for a DVD for whatever the hell, in my DVD cabinet downstairs, I still have one PS2 game that was just like sitting in there. It was Mercenaries 2. And I was like, Jesus, I remember
Why?
playing this game.
Mercenaries 2. Oh, damn. I also remember that game. Yeah, like honestly, the thing for me is that will finally be then all the Metal Gear Solid games on one console. Like it'll be my Legacy collection from PS3, and I have a copy of Metal Gear Solid 5 for PS4.
And then Rory can die peacefully, knowing that he can play all of them on a PS5.
Honestly, like that'll make I'll take 2 weeks off of work and do nothing but play
And
those games.
Zoom through them.
Yeah, I'll say I'm doing something. I'll say
You
I'm
are
gone
doing
on a
something.
trip. Well, yeah,
You're
yeah,
visiting your girlfriend.
You'll come out of your like.
I would never
room,
use that
your
as an
hair is,
excuse
like,
and
all the
not
way down
actually
here, and
visit
it's
you.
just like-
I had a friend that when Fallout 4 came out, he took an entire week of vacation off and told his boss he was going to post-apocalyptic Boston.
What?
Yes, I love it.
I remember I took a whole
Wow.
when Sekiro first came out, I took a whole like 4 days off just to do that.
2
Mac
weeks
took
stream
away-
of Rory playing
Regrets.
Metal Gear? I would do a
would-
marathon
I
stream
might
of Metal
honestly,
Gear.
I might take time off when Last of Us 2 comes out.
I remember when
You
Black
should,
Ops
honestly.
2 came out.
Dude,
That's
I
when it
skipped
came out
school
where I
on the
had-
launch day of Black Ops 2. I'll be honest. And then
I remember
played
when
that.
it came out. When it came out, it was amazing. But I remember when it came to Christmas time, I was on that immediately because I was like, "It's time for
Oh,
the
Christmas noobs? Yeah.
It's time for the Christmas noobs."
Yeah,
That
all the
was a
kids who got
great part of COD games was killing all the Christmas noobs.
It's like all the kids just got all their Call of Duty games. Time to murder.
the
I
Mistakes
skip
were
school
made.
every single time like a new Harvest Moon game or like an Animal Crossing come out.
I like
I've
how
never
this is
played
like
Animal
slightly
Crossing.
our confessionals for like.
I like.
oh, yeah,
I know.
we
I like
skipped
this is
school
turning
for,
into confession.
for this.
Just
and
get it
that,
off
and,
your
like,
chest.
Not for legitimate reasons, just because we didn't want to go because this was coming out, or.
Mac took a whole 2 weeks off when the Nintendo Switch came out, so he could play Breath of the
I
Wild.
love Mac.
You
I'll probably make
yeah, you
Morgan
yelled
really
at him.
sad
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
that's how you expressed your love.
I'll probably make Morgan sad right now, but I've
Regrets.
never played an Animal Crossing game in my life.
Neither has where are we?
I mean, I haven't
here?
played Animal Crossing
I'm-
either.
I'm where am I? Yeah, I think
You're
you
in
pointed
the
in the right
top right
direction.
You're
Yeah.
bottom left for me.
But
There.
I'm making up for it by getting the new Animal Crossing game when it comes out and playing it with Morgan.
I've only ever seen.
I'm not
gameplay.
making
And
up for
that's
it, I'm
why.
probably
That's
spoken
why
and not
you're a
played.
professor, Ian. That's why you're a professor.
Listen, like if they made an Animal Crossing game that was not animals but it was Pokemon, I would maybe play it.
Pokemon Crossing.
If they made an Animal Crossing
should do
game
stuff
that
like
was
that, to be
nothing
honest.
like Animal Crossing,
it's all
but had
Nintendo, so
guns
why haven't they
involved,
done
then I'll
this?
play.
I was confused as fuck for a second because I was like, has Ian been a professor this whole time and I've never known? And then
No,
I
it's
realized
just
that
the
it's
name,
his
yeah.
name. Oh wow. That was a bad Rory moment.
That's
Um,
not the word. That's not what I thought you said. I read something differently when you said.
That word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I thought.
I also read something differently out of that actually.
Titty. I thought you said titty.
I've
Yeah,
also
that's
never
also
played
what I thought
Stardew
he said,
Valley,
yeah.
Zippy.
Oh my
That
god.
word would get you banned in TIFFs. Well, not banned, but like 60-second time.
I'm not a professor of anything, sadly, but you
Wait,
could
what?
be. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Alright,
Stardew Valley.
enough from Shiloh over there.
I never played that game either.
I love Stardew Valley.
Wait,
I
what?
put so many hours into that game.
Has
I can't
anyone
play
played Undertale?
8-bit games.
Undertale? I've not played Undertale. Wait, Ian, have you played Undertale? I want to say maybe you're one of the people that I know that has played Undertale.
Because
My
I
cousin
had
played
there was a
Undertale.
character. There was someone at TwitchCon dressed
No,
up like
you
the
haven't, okay.
character of Undertale
The
who
skeleton
was
dude,
staring
right?
me. No, it was
Oh.
Flowey, and it was staring me down as I was walking out of the con, and I was like, "This is horrifying."
My cousin likes it.
I just
just
know that
bothers
game
me, it
is
just
like
turned
really
its head.
rage-inducing because it's like meant to troll.
No, that's
There's a
called
whole
Cuphead.
bunch.
That's
Tro-
Cuphead.
yeah, that.
I was
game
gonna get that
like
game, but I was like, dude, I'd smash my keyboard and then it would stop working.
Would you shroud your monitor?
Probably, I'd just be like, oh. I'm like, well, I'm out an entire monitor.
Fuck.
An entire monitor.
I've heard that actually Undertale is pretty good. There's a lot of different modes. Like you can play the whole game in like to be like being a pacifist from what I've heard. So you could do like a pacifist run.
Yeah,
you can do
that's
an
what I
all
heard.
killing
Why would you
run.
openly challenge yourself to be? Well, I mean, I say that, and I've done.
You can do a
no
pacifist
level
run.
up
You can do a
runs.
murder
If you want to platinum
run.
it.
Yeah. Also, Trev, when I did Dishonored, you were like, "All right, we got to do a clean hands run here."
I was just memeing.
Shit about Dishonored.
That was like the
Right?
only
I
thing
don't know how
I knew
hard
about
this is.
Dishonored. No, so the only reason I knew what clean hand was because when Ash
Oh.
played it, she
Nice,
said that's
Morgan.
the only thing she hadn't done in that game, and so I assumed it was something difficult. So I just go in and like tell people, just do this clean hands. No worries.
For games like that, Infamous, which has like the two different storylines of either evil or good. Oh god. Which one did you guys do if you guys played Infamous?
Oh, we actually
I
talked
played
about
Evil.
this last year, or not last year,
Last
last
year?
podcast.
Yeah.
Last year? Damn, Trev, this has been on for a while.
This is our year anniversary of the podcast. The
It was in the evil route for this right now.
I did the evil route, and I really was sad about it because the ending was dog shit.
Was Infamous or Infamous 2?
Infamous
You mean
Second
Second
Son, the
Son?
third one.
Second Son.
I did Infamous.
Okay, 'cause
so
I was
for those
talking
of you
about
who
the
don't know, the
original
Infamous
one.
Second Son is the third one, which is confusing as fuck.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
So I was talking about the original one.
Oh shit! Yeah, I played good in that. I played good in the original Infamous. Also, Octopus Soup is a hilarious command that now I want.
What would it be? That'd be like Tip's worst nightmare because it would just be like tentacles coming out of like a bowl.
Wait, is she scared of octopus?
I have
Yeah,
actually
she's
also-
scared.
Tiff
She's scared
hates
of.
Octopus.
She's scared of anything with an
anything with a
excessive
lot of
amount
legs. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
So,
naturally, I think because I asked her on her stream one day, I was like, "What is something you like?" And she said like unicorns or something. So I photoshopped a unicorn with 8 legs, and then I sent it to her, and I was like, "Does this freak you out too?" And she was like, "Nah, that's not that bad." And I was like, "Okay, so."
Then you
Huh.
photoshopped a unicorn with 8 tentacles, and then she got scared.
No, then I photoshopped a spider with human legs instead of regular legs. And sent it to her, and she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "I don't know."
What
Oh my
if it
God,
was?
hold up, though,
what,
hold
if
up.
it was what if it was like a Bud Light with 8 legs?
What was AJ gonna say about Infamous?
Oh, I was just wondering if anyone.
Let's get back on games.
I was wondering if anyone actually
Yeah,
played.
I
Infamous
played it
one.
because the first time that like PlayStation Network went down for a significant amount of time, they gave people
Oh, yeah,
2
the free games,
out of
yeah.
a possible 6, so you got to choose 2. So the 2 I chose were Infamous and Little Big Planet.
I've never
That's a
played
fun
Little
game.
Big
Oh,
Planet.
I played it. I played a little bit of that. That was fun.
It looked
I-
like
That
a
was
really
one of
our
fun
first
game.
games.
You played a little
That's
bit
a
of Little
great
Big Planet.
game.
A little bit.
of
A little big of
Planet.
it.
It's super cute, right? It's just so adorable.
It looks
like,
really fun, but like
Yeah.
as like a teenager, I wasn't gonna be sitting there like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing Little Big Planet."
Can I?
Yeah, I
ask
guess-
a
Trevor was
question,
too much
guys?
of a hardcore kid when he was
Yeah,
a
I had
teenager.
to.
But I guess
explicitly
I don't
play
know
COD.
how old Trev was back then, but like I was probably like I
Well,
wasn't that old when Little Big Planet came out.
That
So
well,
Trev was
when that
like,
happened, the
Or he
whole
was 50 when it
PS
came out.
network going down. That was like 2013. So I was in high school. So I was like 17 or like 16 or something.
I was. Wait, I was
was in
no,
sophomore
I mean the
year of high
first
school.
time it went down. I think right,
Oh.
like the first time it went down. I think was in like 2010. So I would have been 18 in 2010.
in
and-
2010.
Yeah,
I think that's
and
when
I
I
don't know
started
how
high
old-
school. So I would have been like 14,
Yeah. So that makes
old are you, Trev?
sense. Yeah.
23.
Okay, so I would have been in 8th grade at middle school.
Guys, I just got a message from my mom. And this is all she put, okay? She just goes, "Tell Rory I'm learning about Canada by watching Trailer Park Boys."
Oh
Oh
God.
my.
Oh
goodness.
wow, that does teach you about a subculture of Canada. Like it's not sort of entirely inaccurate.
Oh my god.
I know, like I've met people kind of like the guys on Trailer Park Boys. Like they're
But
around.
the
you know?
important question is on Trailer Park Boys: is there anyone who opens the beer can with their fist by just like punching it and then like drinking it?
Oh, that's where it's at. Is the video of the Newfoundlander punching the beer can? Hey Beast, I'm 2 years older than you. I was born in '92.
Interesting.
Beast, what year were you born? I thought I was a year.
I'm assuming he's 94 or he's like
I thought he was- I
93,
thought
and
Beast
it's
was
like close
93.
enough to where
So like
you're older.
Tater is 93, and I think Beast is as well. If I've got my memory straight, I have like a rough 93. Yeah. So I'm a year a year older than you are.
Year and some change.
So I'll be turning 27 in November. Feels old, man. Well, interesting. The reason I know how old Tater is because Tater was talking to me one day. He's like, "Man, I feel really old on Twitch sometimes," and it turned out he was a year younger than I am. So I'm like, "Don't feel old, man." Like,
it's like, don't feel old, man. I'm older than you.
Yeah, and you know what? Don't feel old because Bleeze is older than all of us.
Yes.
Poor Bleeze.
Bleeze is just
I think
called out
Bleeze has
everywhere.
been called out
Bleeze
on every single one of these casts except for like one of them maybe, and then like he's never been here, and like he watched
And he
the
hasn't
one
even
back.
gotten to be here.
He watched the one
Oh.
back, and then he was like, "Wow!" And I was like,
I gotta say something. So when Morgan was buying her train ticket to get to London, we found out that under train ticket like divisions of age, Morgan is considered a youth.
Oh, you're
Like-
a youth.
like a
youth.
youth is up to and including 25 in Canada
What?
for train tickets. So I was like, I'm dating a youth? Like, that's...
That's awkward. to
"Yeah,
say
that's
out
so
loud.
weird."
yeah, exactly. But by extension, Morgan is like dating an old person, so... you
Yep.
know.
Grandpa
Ancient.
Rory.
Cradle robber.
We
Cradle
get it.
robber.
You're robbing the cradle, Rory. We get it. We get it.
Oh. Did anyone see? I don't know if anyone, because Trevor was talking about Pokemon earlier. Did anyone see that Ponyta that they released?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
No.
so here's the
What?
beef
No.
I have with Pokemon
I just
currently.
I just saw the Pikachu that they have.
The evolution they came out with
love that.
Farfetch'd is fucking stupid.
That looked horrifying.
The thing, like, what is the
need
leak?
this
How is the leak
Ponyta.
evolving into a lance? I don't understand this. They need to
Because
stop
it's sword
adding
and
on to
shield.
old.
He's
they
a
need to stop
gladiator now.
extending old Pokemons.
It's really funny too because there were a bunch of people who were like, "Oh yeah, I can understand why Sirfetch'd is only going to be in Sword because of his giant sword." I'm like, he has a shield too.
Isn't it a lance though? I thought it was a lance. It looks more like a lance or a spear than it does a
To
sword.
me, it looks more like a lance, but whatever. But no, the Ponyta is adorable. All I know is that my brother is very angry that it is a psychic type and not a fairy type. That's all I know.
I think the downfall of Pokemon was when they introduced fairy types. Because like
Oh, don't say
Dragon
that
was
to JJ.
Dragon was
Hey,
so overpowered, and that's what I liked
Well,
about it.
Dragon's weak against ice and dragon.
Yeah, but that was the only weaknesses. Now you're telling me that this Jigglypuff can take down a giant Rayquaza? Like, I'm not buying that shit. Like,
You should play Smash. Jigglypuff is powerful as shit, man. I'm telling you.
my God.
Like-
I was an evil person on Smash. I would use Kirby and jump off the map and then float back up.
Oh my god,
I used
Rory
to
knows this
main,
because all I use is Kirby.
I used to main Meta Knight. I don't know if he's still in it.
I'd suck someone in, jump off the map.
well,
spin
everyone's
around
still
the
in
low
it,
and
right?
float
Because
back
doesn't
up.
the new Smash have all the old Smash characters?
Yeah.
Oh, then I used to use Meta Knight. I used to use Meta Knight and then the Angel dude. I don't remember his name.
Wait.
I
So is
play
your
Bayonetta
birthday the
because I like
4th?
the
Is your
game.
birthday the
And
4th
I'm
or
gonna
the
start
5th?
playing Solid
I'm so
Snake as well.
confused now.
The
It's
I
not
play
just
characters
the-
characters that I know the games they're from, and I haven't played a lot of Nintendo games, like so my experience is very limited.
Oh, they said it, or Ian said that they think it's a rapier. But you don't hold a rapier up like this.
You also don't hold a rapier with the
Yeah, you don't hold
the
it like
shield.
this. You more hold it.
Yeah, rapier is for like fencing. That's like a
It's a
gentleman's
one-handed
sport.
weapon, so you wouldn't really use a shield.
Yeah, you're not supposed like.
Has
Clearly, they
anyone
don't
ever
know
seen
anything.
Sword Art Online? Gosh.
I really don't know when it comes to Pokemon. Like there's
They're just running out of creative ideas.
So they made Rainbow.
But to be
Pokemon.
fair, they've already come out with over like what is it, 2,000 Pokemon or whatever? Because there's
There's
like,
a lot of goddamn Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
know.
at some point they did make an ice cream cone.
Yeah, they
a
made an
trash
ice cream
bag,
cone. They made a trash
a
bag. They made some
sandcastle.
berries.
They made an icicle. They made what's another one I thought was stupid as hell?
You know what I always never thought, like, or you know what I always keep thinking about, like the berry Pokemon. Like, what if someone just like picks them off and like starts eating them? Like, is that considered like like murder? Because like they're living creatures, or
These are the questions
I
that
don't know,
keep us
Trev.
up
Would
at
you
night.
call it murder for killing a deer in the wild?
no? It's called surviving.
What if you eat a berry Pokemon in the wild?
What do you mean that's called
Considered
surviving? What? How is that survive? How is that
Because
necessarily
you're killing
surviving?
the deer so you can eat.
Well, maybe.
Well,
Like
you're
that wasn't
killing-
part of the story that AJ just told.
But
Like,
you're
what-
killing the berry Pokemon to eat too. You wouldn't really consider
Yeah,
it
surviving.
berry.
And look, if I see an ice cream Pokemon, I'm gonna eat it. You know why? Because I love ice cream.
It makes me
I'm
wonder
gonna eat
though, like
vanilla.
even if it moves.
Like I've wondered
Look,
though,
it could
like
be
how does
melting,
it
that's why
work
it's
in the
moving.
Pokemon world? Like how does it work? Because like like there's Pokemon that like
They don't
they're
age.
like all friends and stuff with them, right? It's like is everybody like are there Pokemon that you eat or like
Yeah, so
is
if
everybody in the
Pokemon are replacing
world, like,
animals,
vegan or something? That
and
I
we
really
hunt
hope
animals in real life,
I
how does that
really
make
hope
sense?
chowing down
that everybody
on
in the Pokemon series is just straight vegan. That's what I'm hoping for.
I
Well,
mean,
no.
yeah. I mean,
Kept me up at
The
night.
future is vegan, Morgan.
the
In
other
every
possibilities sort
movie.
of don't bear thinking about. Like either they eat Pokemon or they eat each other. And I think that we should go with the idea that they're
Hold
actually
on, we
just
all
vegan.
need to tweet at Nintendo because this is very important things that has
We
been a
need
part of
to know.
our childhood, and like we
Yeah,
don't.
get Reggie on it. Get Reggie on the line. We want to know. I know he doesn't work there anymore, but
What do they eat in Pokemon?
God,
What is
that-
Ash eating to stay so young?
Well, no, because
They're not
there's
vegan,
that
they
one
show that
episode
they're
where
vegan.
Ash is eating a
don't tell me that.
Magikarp.
Maybe it was like an impossible. I don't know.
Impossible.
I like the idea that it's an Impossible Burger. That should be the advertisement for the Impossible Burger. Actually,
Oh my goodness.
the
What is this turning into?
normal animals are a thing. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense too. Yeah,
Are they
somehow I
though?
hadn't
'Cause,
really
like-
considered that.
Where?
Yeah,
I
I've
want-
never seen a normal animal in Pokemon. I've only like in every movie, it's like
Oh no, I'd probably kill him.
you
This
see
is
Ponyta and you
prey
think,
and
oh, that's
predator.
a
Oh,
horse,
yeah,
and then like you
No,
see...
wait, hold on. Doesn't he get woken up at the beginning of an anime by a rooster?
No,
No.
it's like a sparrow or something. It's like
Oh,
it's like something from
okay,
the
yeah.
universe.
I ain't know. I haven't seen it in
They
ages.
probably eat
This
one
is,
of
do
those,
you see why
I
this has
know.
just kept me up at night? Like,
they probably eat one of those cow Pokemon.
The Miltanks?
Yeah. That's like one of them you probably end up eating.
oh, here we go,
Too
Zeus.
many of them.
I don't even know what Zeus just wrote.
It's advertisement, not advertisement.
Okay, Zeus, can you define advertisement and not advertisement? Can you define both and use it in a sentence?
And use it in a sentence.
Without
But while also
Googling?
not advertising
It's
yourself.
a Leviosa.
Saw
not
that
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Oh god.
Yeah, for instance, Caterpie is prey
Maybe
species for
it's-
Pidgey. Yeah, well, that makes sense because,
Mhm.
like, in the
Yeah.
wild, that's how it
A
happens.
bird would eat.
They all
Yeah.
survive by eating the berries that Pokemon
But
eat.
you know what? You know what? They never show on the show. Like they show on the TV show. They never see them like go out and like eat anything. Like I've never seen Gyarados eat like a whole another like seal or something.
So you see them
Okay,
eat
but I'm also
soup.
talking about
They
like
always
the-
eat soup.
Is that why Morgan loves soup?
Soup!
Is
They
it
always
in her
eat
mind
soup in
when she was watching Pokemon?
Whenever Brock is making something, it's always a stew or
Well,
something.
no, they
Always
make
a
yes.
giant
they make
stew pot.
soup, or they make those little
Animated soup.
those onigiri balls.
Ah, I
The little
just finished
triangle
eating
things?
soup,
Oh,
and
the
now like,
onigiri?
I want
Yeah,
more
the
soup.
onigiri.
Damn it all. Ah,
Get you some soup,
No.
girl.
I have bacon downstairs.
Brock's best
Oh, I like
line
bacon.
in anything. listen. Brock's best line in any show or movie is, "I'm gonna use this frying pan as a drying pan." That's literally the best line ever.
I love these donuts. Jelly filled are the best.
Oh my goodness.
Can we get back on video games now?
Yeah, we got. Don't worry, we got
anyone
other
ever-
articles here. Yeah, we're
Did
good.
anyone
Alright.
ever play staying with Pokemon but going to a video game?
Anyways, the Pokemon universe is vegan. Let's move on now.
Did anyone ever play that mystery dungeon game?
Yeah, I did. I played the Game Boy one.
I did. I played one of them. Ian.
Nope,
and I could
not
be wrong
me.
again. Have you played a couple of them? I think I know. I remember you specifically. You and I talked about Super one time, and you maybe didn't like them.
The mystery dungeon was kind of cool, but like at the same time, I wish there was more to do in it.
I just like the fact that I could be a Pokemon. Whenever I didn't get the one I wanted, I would just reset and be like,
Well, yeah,
"Okay,
there was
this
like
question
certain
till I
paths
get
you were
right."
supposed to take for like answering
Pokemon
the
Mystery
questions.
Dungeon, yes.
I think the first time I played, I wanted to be Totodile, and then I had my mentor as a Charmander.
Almost all of them start to finish. Okay, so Ian is an expert when it comes to those.
He's the professor in this field.
Yeah.
Yes, we
that's-
must-
Wait,
there
are
you
you,
go.
are you
Hey,
friends
Ian,
with
we found
Professor
that
Oak?
The expert.
We've identified your job field for where you could be a
He's
professor.
Professor Ion. Who he
Well,
is.
isn't
Finally.
Ion? Wait, isn't Ion like part of Team Galactic as like one of their top like henchmen?
I
that,
don't know
like,
who
are
Team
evil?
Galactic is. I don't care enough about them.
I'm
They're probably
finally a
too new.
professor. How is Ian a professor before I am? We just started trying to get him this
Aww.
game tonight.
Well, for one, because you don't know anything about Pokemon.
Yeah, true story. Yeah.
And 2, it's in his name.
No,
should've-
so okay, I
should've-
guess
I made a big mistake.
I guess
spending
Ion
like
is part
9
of Team
years in
Galactic.
science.
I don't know
I
how
should
I
have
knew
just
that.
learned
but-
about Pokemon instead. Played all the mystery dungeon games start to finish.
And put Professor Octopus in your name.
Yeah.
Professor Octopus, yeah.
Speaking
Googles if
of,
Ion is a tree. I love
everybody in chat do that and then post your results.
that. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we're getting on Sporkle.
I can't do it again with Sporkle. I can't go back.
Well, no,
okay?
we don't have to
I
do
can't.
it.
I can't do this.
We don't have to do it. I'm saying everyone in chat needs to do this.
Oh God Almighty.
And like
Zippy.
spelling matters here.
It does matter.
matters.
Actually.
Oh, it's that.
Pepe.
I wonder how good people would be at this if it wasn't the first gen. Because I feel like most people don't know anything besides the first gen.
I don't know how to spell Genghis Khan.
What?
Yeah, that's the real difficult part with like doing it on Sporkle. It's like spelling matters, and you only have to
Yeah.
say the name. It's like
What else do we have here?
what was that article? Or did I post 3 or 2?
You
I
posted
think you-
3.
3.
All right, what was the one I posted after the?
The one about. Hold on.
Obsessive gaming.
Oh, right, the
Oh, yeah, yes.
disorder thing.
Yeah, this is. I didn't really get a chance to read this fully, and
But I mean, we have a lot of gamers
I
there,
know.
so we can talk about it and like.
yeah, I also don't have the data in front of me, so I can't do any math with it. But wait, does he link his data set? I don't think they do.
I posted the link.
So I remember back in the day,
Mm.
a couple years ago, gaming was like a huge thing in the news because everyone was saying that like disorder was like a disorder or something, and like it was like they were trying to categorize gamers as like someone who was like mentally ill or something.
Yeah, that's a real. Even if that were true, it's a real fucker to prove.
Yeah.
Like it's a like people don't realize how hard it is to actually prove that something causes something. So, for instance, if I just take a bunch of data from the real world, like if I survey a bunch of people, even if I like, you try to choose your people randomly and stuff like that, and make sure you have a good sample. But the
Yeah,
thing
you want
is,
like a decent sample size. That's not. Like,
yeah, exactly. A
lot.
good sample size, and you want it to be a random sample if you're actually looking to like genuinely control for things. But like, it's really hard to say like even if 2 things are really associated, it's really hard to say like this thing causes this other thing.
Well, isn't that the
Right.
whole reason why?
Proving causation versus correlation.
Isn't
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
whole reason why they can't like shut down smoking factories, like the companies that produce them, because they
Yeah,
can't
that's-
link it to actually having
Because there's like other
Lungs
things, like
that
maybe
they
there's a
can't do, yeah.
third factor that causes multiple things, right?
yeah.
Like that's you can like easily intuit way into like, an example of like where this might be the case, right? Like you may have 2 things you think are associated, like, oh, this causes this, but in reality, like some third unknown factor that you're not even thinking about and not collecting data about.
Yeah, there could be
causes
like an
both of them.
outlier or something. Like there's like
Yeah, you never know.
People
right?
might have
like,
a certain stress that other people don't have, and that
Like-
will show you data, and that's supposed to not showing you data.
like maybe, you know, there's a thing like maybe people who buy cigarettes like end up having less money or something like that. And you could say, oh, like buying cigarettes causes you to have less money, but oh no, there's actually like a third thing involved, like stress, which like causes you to have money issues, which also causes you to buy cigarettes or something like that.
Yeah,
Like stuff
they
gets
just
like
keep
really
going. 'Cause,
messy.
like, I feel like it's just they don't want it to be like their fault, so they just like find some other form of data that they can like put out and be like, oh yeah, this is not why, it's because this happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a real and even in like an experimental way, it's difficult to sometimes say that like one thing causes another. So like, hold on, let me see if I can find like a really nice example here. Bear with me one moment.
Okay. So in this article, it says they studied more than 1,000 players and caregivers. Do you think that's a decent sample size, or do you think it has to depend on
1,000?
like the regions?
It depends. It depends on what math they then used to look at that data. So you can get data that like you can find like an equation. So if you have a bunch of data, right, and you're plotting it on a graph, you can come up with a function that fits that data like close to perfectly, and you could say, oh, we have the perfect function that models this. But then when you try to incorporate new samples you haven't seen before, it fails completely, right? There's like quite a lot of non-trivial math involved. So actually, I can probably do something here really quickly. Just bear with me one moment.
I thought she was doing the quiz, I'll be honest.
So here, can I actually? I'm gonna see if I can do this, and I'm not sure if it's actually possible. But I'm gonna try anyways.
What are you trying to do before? Is it like something like streamline it, like you can like break the stream, or?
No, I'm not gonna break the
okay.
stream. I'm gonna try to share my screen instead of sharing
Well, no,
me.
that would be breaking the screen. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is click the camera icon. So that will
Yeah, I got
disable
it.
and then there should be another option that will allow you
Oh,
to
okay, yeah, and the other one will allow me to do the screen share.
Yes.
All right, let's see how this works. This might be a real nightmare. Oh wait, this is gonna be way too small. Also, I did not realize. Yeah, this is gonna be like hella small, so that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna turn that off. The had I had that, I would have been able to show you an example of like I had an example here from data collected from like football players, like English football, that showed that like standing tackle has a big impact on overall performance, except that it doesn't. And I was going to show how that's the case. But suffice to say, with math, with some like not even very sophisticated math, you can show that variables like get mixed up with each other. So with gaming, for instance, like, you know, people would say, oh, like gaming maybe causes higher levels of stress, you know, which might potentially cause aggression. But it's like, or maybe there's a third thing that like people are stressed, so they play games to try to relieve their stress or something like that. The thing that always got me though about these sorts of discussions is like, let's say that gaming did cause an increase in aggression, like a notable increase in aggression for some reason. That's kind of like, so what? Like here, like I drank a Coke today, and like that's bad for me, right?
Yeah.
Like that's bad for my health strictly. But like I can still drink it because like I'm a fucking human being who can make decisions about what's an acceptable level of risk in my own life.
People out
So,
here
like,
smoking like 12 packs a day and like
That's
exactly.
like a commercial for
We're allowed to be suboptimal in our life.
Because
like,
I can.
Okay.
what's called like alcohol is bad for you in every way, shape, or form, but people still drink it.
Ian, I'm glad you said that. Ian, I think you and I actually are going to have a chance to meet potentially in the near future, depending on scheduling. Because I am actually going to be where you are in a few months.
You have a 44 Trinsley. That's so disappointing.
What's
I'm
the
so
R
cool.
squared of the data? Oh, damn. Okay. Done. I don't know a whole lot about Zeus, but I guess Zeus has done some statistics or math in his day. Morgan is watching Rory so intently while he's out, and it's adorable. Aww.
I didn't know if she was watching you or if she was just doing the what's called. I thought she was
I'm
doing
doing that right now. I'm doing that right now.
I can't think very well because I'm trying to go through the Pokemon rap in my head, and I can't do it when everybody's talking.
I don't know the
Part.
entire one. I just know the end part and like the middle part.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all.
You say when,
Gotta
and I will
catch
try to take
'em
the
all.
time off for sure. I'll send you like a DM or something like that for sure.
And I can't spell some of these, which makes me angry.
I guess that one wasn't.
Yeah, like you have to be a real nerd to get all 151.
I should send this to my brother, actually. I bet JJ can do it. Because he can do the entire Pokemon route.
Yeah, but does he know how to spell them though? Because like you can know
Yeah.
them, but like
When you don't use in your
Well,
job.
I can tell you
Yeah,
right
I
now that
believe
you
that
don't need to know how to
100%.
spell far-fetched because it literally just comes out as far-fetched.
The oh, I didn't know you'd been to grad school, Zeus. The you and I have something in common.
okay, wait. So
Zeus
something
is a
about
smarty
this
pants.
article. Okay, I was like, what is their goal with saying that they're trying to like prove it like to be a negative thing? Like, what is their end goal? Like, what are they like trying to get people to game less or?
Oh, like, well, I mean, yeah, perhaps, yeah. And like, no one really, as far as I know, the general community is that no one is actually buying that games cause anything because that's so difficult to prove. Also, like, if you're doing an experiment, like the smoking thing Trev brought up is really good. Like, I'm really glad he brought it up, actually. So let's say we wanted to test if smoking really did cause
Like
lung
cancer,
cancer,
yeah.
for instance, right? So, like, what in an experiment, what you'd do is you'd collect a group of people and you'd assign some of them to the smoking group and some of them to the non-smoking group. But you can't do that because your experiment can't give people lung cancer. You'd never get it past an ethics board, and you need to pass these experiments through ethics boards. So you can't be like at the end, it's like, hey, we did this experiment, and now like these 40 people have lung cancer. Like that is not.
I was just
going
gonna
to
say,
fly.
like, I'm pretty sure that's real unethical. It's like, who wants to volunteer to like give themselves lung cancer? It's like, what?
Yeah. That's why all this stuff is self-report, right? So when they're doing like video game stuff, they can't be like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this kid out of school and get him to play an unhealthy amount of video games and see if he tries to throw a VCR at anybody. Like, no, you can't do that. So you just have to like ask them, and like, that's pretty much it.
Missing number isn't an option. Missing number only shows up if you cheat in the game. It's literally uncatchable. So, Roy, I know you posted an article. I didn't get to see what it was, but
Yeah, me neither.
oh, okay, all right, we're on the same page, right?
I posted it for a very specific reason. Because the kind of all I need out of this was the title. So we were talking about Fallout 76, like I think it was last week or the week before.
I think that's
and-
come up in at least once every stream at some point in time.
The thing, yeah, really, and the thing like we tend to focus on. I think the thing, that I tend to focus on at least, and a lot of people do, is like what a disaster it was in terms of the marketing and like all those goddamn nylon bags and stuff like that. But like a really underrated part
Later,
of the
Crepe.
Fallout 76 problem. Oh, is Crepe taking off? All
Yeah.
right.
Ah, damn
Bye,
it!
Ron.
Grape. Have a good night,
Fuck.
Grape.
How many did you get?
I got 49.
I
was
got 144.
No,
Wow.
but I can't sit and think, so that's really good, though.
Wow.
That is
I
really
missed,
good.
I missed Ditto, Porygon, and all the fossils.
No,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, like,
Fuck.
I can't always think of all the names, but
I was like,
Trying to,
I
like-
caught all these so far in Pokemon Go. I remember them all.
The
Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fallout. Yeah. The thing I think that's missing from a lot of the Fallout 76 discussions is how bad a Fallout game Fallout 76 is. Even if you forgive everything
Reality
about
doesn't
the way it
believe
was
in the
marketed and you
impossible.
forgive all the bugs, it's like it's a bad role-playing game. And I think that's actually like the real cardinal sin it commits. And so in order to mitigate that, Bethesda decided to roll out NPCs for Fallout. They were so pumped about that, which is like, yeah, you should have NPCs in your role-playing game.
So
Probably.
what it sounds like is like they released a unfinished game and now are trying to patch it in later after in fact
Yeah.
it being released.
Yeah, and the patch is delayed. Like, the patch is delayed.
So
Like,
it sounds like even further that these people who bought this game are just even more disappointed every step they've gone.
yeah, it should not have been labeled Fallout. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Fallout. And I don't believe that the Fallout universe is like the Star Wars universe in that, like, because the Star Wars universe, you can have a role-playing game. You can have a racing game. You can have, I don't know. There's probably a number of Star Wars games that I'm not even thinking of. An action game, stuff like that. You can't really do that with Fallout. Like, you couldn't have a Fallout racing game. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And like that's kind of the issue with this. And I just think it's wild that they're struggling to patch in NPCs and not succeeding, at least at the pace they had anticipated. Does anyone here know anybody who's like big into Fallout 76?
They have that kind of like experience.
Not
with,
really.
Val
with
is.
NPCs.
Is Val?
Yeah, Val's really into.
So I don't get how they're
I know.
struggling.
I think a couple of my friends kind of got into it, but only with each other. And then I don't know if
Ian mentioned Ark. Those were dark times.
Those were dark time. That time he spent like
Fallout 420.
It was like a month, and I put over 200 hours into it.
Dang.
Because I would like to hear from someone who's really into it, and if they were like a fan of the other Fallouts and what they think about it. Because to me, it just makes me sad.
Which is the one?
We really should talk to Val about this.
We really should.
Wynn plays what? She doesn't play 76, does she? She plays the regular one.
Wynn plays Fallout 4, I think,
Oh,
mostly.
okay.
But Wynn has played 76. I'm almost sure of it. Maybe we should try to get Wynn on this someday.
I know, not the Ash you guys know, but the one I know, and the one Aaron
Other
knows.
Ash.
Other
And
Ash.
AJ knows.
Kinda, no.
Ash Monster.
I've seen the
Yes.
stream.
She used to play 76 every so often. Oh yeah, Trinsic showed up there randomly one day, and I was like, "What the fuck, Trinsic?"
I should actually, remind me about that for future guests. We should try to get Wynn on this because that would be a good perspective.
Just send her the form and make sure I'm pushing this form because I sat down and made it in like a minute, and
there's some people we cannot get to fill out the form.
look, Decker's gonna have to fill out the fucking form if he wants to be on here.
I'll fill out the form for Decker. I'll use a student ID.
But all right, so we're gonna have to put like a warning before we have Decker on here. It's like all his opinions are his own. Don't feel personally attacked because he's shitting on everything you like.
If you guys want a really great, funny guy to watch, and he will shit on anything that you talk about, as long as it's not XCOM or what was one of the ones that he was really into?
He likes XCOM, he likes old Max Payne, and he likes Dead Space, and that's the only.
There we go. Yeah,
I was just gonna
Max
ask.
Payne.
I was like, is there anything he likes? I was like, I know a lot of things he doesn't like.
Anything that's made by the people that make was it Alan Wake or
Remedy.
Alan Wake?
Remedy games.
Remedy.
Yeah.
Alan Wake was
Remedy.
free on
He will.
Epic
He
recently.
hates everything else. It's quite uncanny.
So
But he's great.
Get ready. But he's great.
He's super hilarious.
He's a good dude. So we'll have him on here eventually if he wants to be on here. We've really hyped him up for how little I've asked him, which is to say I forgot to send him a message saying, "Hey, you want to be on this podcast?"
Zippy,
I'm
do
like
you mean
the-
DS
I'm the guest
as in
that I'm
Dark
over
Souls
here.
or DS as in something else? Dead Space, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it could be Dead Space. Dead Space is cool. Dead Space 1 is badass.
I auto default to Dark Souls because that's like the game I
Space.
play.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
See,
I'm
I auto
associated
default
with.
to the Nintendo DS.
I
Yeah.
also kind of thought that, but I didn't see a game that was on the DS that we were talking about, so I was like, oh, it must be something.
Well, Lance, that's not the only problem. You're also underage, I feel, and like this is an 18 plus. So once you hit that 18, you can more than
Lance,
welcome to
when's
do
your,
it.
guest on this one hasn't even-
when's your birthday, Lance?
I didn't know. I just found this out right now. That apparently unknown isn't called unknown. It's unknown.
It's because Discord doesn't let you rearrange the squares.
Yeah, we can't do it like that.
Wait, what do you mean it's what are you talking about?
And
There's no
unknown.
K in it. There's no K in it.
Yeah, it's unknown. Like, I don't
It's
even-
just unknown.
Oh,
Is it,
that's
like-
fucked up.
Yeah.
is it somewhat like that or something? I can't remember. Wait, I gotta look this up now.
It's just unknown. That's literally what it is.
I was
like-
right.
Why would they spell it like that?
June 25th.
I've literally
that was really
spelled
far
it
away.
every other time as unknown.
So have I.
No, it's more like unknown, but
Yeah.
we always say it as
My
unknown.
life is a lie.
I don't know. I can't go back now. You know, I'm still living in the world where unknown is
41 out of 151. Jesus, that was lower than Morgan's.
I'm still winning with my 144. Someone beat me.
I think a lot of people who play like a lot of Pokemon Go probably have a lot better of a time with it too, because they're actually like into it at that time. Get JJ in here. I know I sent it to Ian, so I really hope he actually messages me back. I want him to do it real bad. I sent it to Thomas and Mac.
Send them the links for the application.
Links with the application.
Look, I had 3 people fill that shit out, right? And it works clearly.
Mine was a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So how AJ got on here is that like we were playing Overwatch with Ari, and then he was like, "I want to be on the podcast." Like I was like, "I'm gonna send you a link. You have to fill out this form." And then he was like, "No, why can't I just be on?" I was like, "No, you got to fill out the form." So then he fills it out.
I was like, that
2
takes
seconds.
effort, Trev. I don't have this.
Wait, what is it again, Trev?
Hold
Is
on,
it?
It's guest.
There
yeah.
we go.
Yeah. There's the form there.
There it is, Ian. If you want to apply.
It says
It's
apply
like
here
we
and you
have
can
to-
be a guest. It should say apply here and you might be able to be a guest. All right,
That's
like we have a strict application process.
I feel like I should add more questions. Like if I put on there like,
Can you name all original?
Are you a fan of May? And they put yes. I'm gonna be
My
like,
doggy
"Alright,
is
no
here.
longer. You can't be.
I-
You can't be on.
Benji's here?
Ben's right here. Yes. Oh, and Lillian is here also. Oh my god. They're all here.
These are the cutest animals in the world, by the way, stream. I just wanted to
Lillian, come here, kitty kitty.
Lillian? Oh my gosh, Lillian.
Here, wait, let me see if I can.
Show Kitty, please.
Well, that's how you get banned.
Shut up, Trev.
There's Lillian. You can kind of
Aw.
see, there's Ben. Hi, Ben. Come here, buddy.
Oh, she's going for your soup. Watch out.
Yeah, she's gonna try to eat your food.
Yeah, she always does that.
She does always do that.
She wants that kicking clam chowder.
You're such a good boy.
Dude, clam chowder is the only soup that exists to me.
Or crab
I'm sorry.
chowder.
It's crab, yeah.
Well, no,
Not
clam chowder is the only soup that exists to me.
Really? You like clam
you're
chowder?
a clam chowder?
That's
Oh
the
my
only
God,
kind I'll eat.
A food that you like, Trevor. Oh my God.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is like such a surprise to a lot of people in here who know me because like every time they mention some food, I'm just
Lay down,
like
buddy.
puke, and then they're like, "You just don't like food." And I'm like, yeah, that.
Okay, she's going to freak out. So like long enough that you guys can look at her. There she is. This is
Oh
the
my
coveted baby cat.
God.
Look at the camera.
She's insta famous, by the
Wait,
way.
Ian, are you questioning the questions on the application I made? Because I made that in like 2 seconds.
Wait, hold up. We have a thing where people can say how long they're willing to be on the podcast for.
Yeah,
What I put
because
for
I
mine?
know some people don't have the time. Like some people might want to be on, but they only have like a time frame of like an hour, or like 2, and that's why. I put
AJ's
it
off
there.
tomorrow.
Apparently, I know.
I'm not.
Apparently,
have,
I
like,
know
11
Gen
in a
2
row.
more.
Do you? Did you get all of them?
Yeah, I got all of them.
What the
Oh
fuck?
shit!
Oh, nice.
I didn't know you were a Pokemon fan at all, and today I
Yeah.
found out you were a huge Pokemon fan.
I can
I
actually
played-
try to go through some of them when I'm
So
like
when I
not
for
talking.
Pokemon for me, I first started on when like the original DS came out, but I played like the Game Boy ones ever so often. So I
think
originally
I
first started with
Emerald,
Gen
if I'm being
4
honest.
with Diamond and Pearl.
I started with Blue, I believe. Played
I also started
a bit
with
of that. I played some Gold. I had Crystal.
Silver was really fun.
I
like
did play
Silver.
Soul Silver and Heart Gold to catch up with Gen 2.
I
I
played
played
both.
a
I played
whole lot
I
of
love Soul
the old
Silver.
and
Sapphire.
the new ones.
I played so much of Sapphire that my cartridge got busted.
You're a true Pokemon. You're like one of those old school Pokemon players. If you had an action replay for your DS.
Dude,
Oh,
I remember
yeah, I had
using
an
those. Like you
Acronym
plug
I
it
didn't
in
use
and then
that
you
much for
plug it back
Pokemon,
in.
though. I used that for something else. I used it for Harvest.
Can I ask AJ a question about his headphones? I'm pretty sure those are closed back Audio Technica headphones.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like them?
They're comfy, honestly. They're really nice.
Those get really good reviews, actually. Like good headphones
the,
make your life
uh,
infinite.
They're the ATH M50Xs because I also run it with my 2035.
Oh yes, yeah. I've never used. I've only.
You like cut out.
So I got.
Whoa, yeah, Rory,
Rory,
you're
you're like muted on accident. I don't know if you muted or like you cut
Rory,
out.
we
or
can't
something,
hear
like-
you.
Lillian, don't do that. What's wrong with you? Why do you destroy my things? Why
Can
do
you hear me now?
Yeah.
We hear you now.
All right.
Why do you
good.
destroy
All right.
everything?
Something
I
must
got
have just
these
got
at,
disconnected or a little loose.
I got these at TwitchCon actually. They were 30% off because Audio Technica was there with the booth.
That's her stuff now, Morgan. It's no longer your stuff.
The reason why I usually have the blanket up here is because she's destroyed my chair. You destroy
Aw.
my things, you bad
Speaking
cat.
of like destroyed chair, this thing's like gone over here.
Am I the only one here who owns like a gamer chair?
I want to get
Yes.
one.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
don't have
let's
one
Poor
of those.
Rory's using
Well,
a dining room
I
chair.
have a couch.
Melissa
Let's be
used
honest.
This
The
is
most
the-
comfy
this is
here
the
is
shit.
probably Mel.
Melissa
She has a
used
couch.
a piano bench for the longest time before I knew that, and I was like, "How are you sitting on a fucking piano bench for this long?"
It was really
She's the-
uncomfortable.
she's
That's
the
why
most
I'm on a
comfy
couch
over here
now.
with us.
Yeah, now I'm just like lounging. I'm good.
I mean,
I'm-
technically, I could just like sit on my bed, but like, I'm not gonna sit.
I
on
think
my
I'm
bed.
getting an
That's
office
hard.
chair next week. I can't tell you where I'm getting it, but I'm gonna get it.
That's not
And,
sketchy at all.
Yeah.
Do I know where you're getting it?
Just the
Yeah, you
back
do.
alley one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's dumpster diving.
Yeah, this is an actual computer chair. It's just super old, and Lillian has just.
I know Paka uses the.
Destroyer
I think it's like the
things.
Staples gaming chair one or whatever.
But yeah, I run mainly audio. I try to run mainly Audio Technica.
That was
I
like
love
me.
their
mix amp.
microphones.
There was a
Oh,
mix
man.
amp they had at TwitchCon that I kind of want to get. It was really nice, but then I still want to go XLR.
I actually have a question for AJ. Also, there are badges next to your name.
Oh, those
what are
are
these
TwitchCon
from?
ones. I have 2 of those.
So
Are those TwitchCon ones?
2015,
Mine are right
2017, 2018, and 2019. Oh, sorry, this one's 2016. So 4
Cool.
years at TwitchCon. I missed 2015 because I had just got out of high school, so I couldn't go to it.
I have all my badges from all the cons that I've been to in one
I
of my
only went
drawers.
2 years though. And look,
I
on
Could get all of them,
on
but
this
there's a
one
lot of
it's
them.
TL Breezy, and on this one it's Garden of Mops.
Trevor, are you going to BlizzCon this year?
BlizzCon? No, what the fuck?
On this one, I wrote Killjoy 272 because
Do
they
you
didn't
go
games.
to cons? Trevor.
TwitchCon. He goes to TwitchCon.
He went like twice and barely went to both, I think. Am I right, Trev?
I don't know. I didn't hear you because I didn't.
You went twice to TwitchCon and probably barely went to both.
Yes.
Yes.
It happens. You do everything
Yes.
on the first day. So for me,
I-
I go loot cave on the first day and try to get all my merch, and then after that, I'm just lost.
I've never been to a convention, actually.
Not once.
We need to
Did-
fix
I
that.
thought. Wait, aren't you going to that Chicago one, or did they tell you no?
You're going to Telarcon.
I'm going. Well, Telericon.
Well, that's
sorry,
not like a
Talara.
officiated.
I'm going
like-
to.
Telaricon.
I'm going to
We don't run out,
Torcon with Morgan in March, I think it is.
Don't they do Twitch
And,
meetups in like Canada too?
Yeah, they
Then-
do. I know Mob has
Then
one.
we're going to Anime North in May, actually,
Yeah.
of next year as well. So those will be my first conventions, my first real conventions.
I know. Next year when I go to TwitchCon, I'm not gonna like do loot cave. Like I'll do loot cave first, but not spend as much because Artist Alley last year or this TwitchCon was amazing. There was so
Artist
much fun
alleys
stuff.
are
Artist
really
Alley is great.
good.
Yeah,
I
so,
love
like,
artist
next
alleys.
year,
They're
I'm
my
gonna like
favorite thing.
mainly stay around Artist Alley and find different things because they had a lot of amazing stuff that I couldn't buy.
One
They had
convention.
Going back to Pokemon again, sadly, they had this person had a Pokeball where half of it was red with duct tape on it, and then it was a clear top with like handcrafted Pokemon like little environments inside.
Oh, like a little terrarium
It sounds
thing?
like
Yeah.
snow globes.
That's
Oh.
really cool.
It was, and
I
she
would
was
love to
she was
see
like
that.
making them in front of you too, so it was like really cool to see.
Ian's never been to one either.
It's like wild to see how creative people are, and then like it's like
Yes.
over here, I'm like, dude, I can draw stick figures, and that's about it.
I can't do that properly. My figures come up disproportionate.
Your stick figures?
Yes.
How
I'll
do
do
you-
like
how do
one
you
leg a little too
unperform
long,
it?
or because Trev, I have no artistic value. Gosh.
Most of my artistic value comes out of like digital stuff. So like I love doing like video editing, Photoshop, After Effects, and shit like that. But like hand me
I
a
can
pencil
take
and paper,
pictures
I'm
very
just like,
well.
I'm really bad at visual art. Like I can do other forms of art, like I can do music and stuff like that, but visual art has always sort of eluded me. I've always wanted to get better though.
I can do pictures. I can take pictures very well. I guess that's something.
Yeah, like anything technology.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, photography, totally.
Anything else, I'm just like.
I'm gonna close this Pokemon thing before I start doing it again.
Just go through every single gen. It's like, all right, let's see how many.
No, I'll get fucking stumped at Gen 3.
I feel like Gen 3 I should know all of, but I don't.
I'll get stumped at fucking Gen 7.
Oh, Trinsic.
I don't know
Speaking of
anything
music,
about
when are you gonna finish? Did you get your parts yet? Because I asked him. I specifically asked Trinsic to make me a sound sample from this other song I sent him, and he's not finished it yet.
Are we counting legendaries? Because favorite regular Pokemon, hands down for me, has always been Cyndaquil. I love Cyndaquil.
Really, Cyndaquil.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Cyndaquil was the first thing that I ever chose that was not a water Pokemon.
Yeah, Cyndaquil has always been my favorite.
love
When it
water
comes to
Pokemon.
legendaries, if we're gonna go with legendaries, I think my favorite legendary is off the top of my head because I can't really think of it fully right now. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Well,
What's it look
describe
like?
it. Yeah.
Darkrai. There we go.
Darkrai, okay.
They just released them in whatchamacallit.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Did they? Let me check.
Well, I
Sorry,
don't know if
Ian,
he's
that's
out,
impossible.
but,
We
like,
we can't listen to your request. I'm
They
sorry.
Did I
were-
miss? Did I miss that news?
Well, they announced him.
Uh,
I don't know if he's out yet, but
No, they haven't released them yet. They brought back the Reggies. So I think they're bringing in Gigas.
oh yeah, I saw that event happen. Yeah, there was like a news thing on it.
I meant to ask AJ as well. AJ, because Beast was talking about paladins earlier. I wanted to ask AJ if he's tried paladins before.
What is Paladins?
All right, so
That's
that
no.
answers your question.
So like, I don't want to say it's like Overwatch because like Paladins has gotten accused of being an Overwatch clone way too many times, but like they were in development around the same time. Like it wasn't like it's not, but like So have you ever played Smite before?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the same company. It's High Res.
Yes.
It's like their hero
Okay.
shooter. It's like meant to be a spiritual successor to an old hero shooter they had in development. And I've heard really good things. It's based on the idea, like, you know how in Overwatch, like, characters have a play style. Like, there's a way to play Reinhardt. There's a way to play Mercy. Like,
Well,
Paladins...
there is, but no one.
There's a way to play Hanzo
Well,
that I just don't do.
The like Paladins, the idea is like you pick a hero that's like, yeah, it has a role, it's a supporter, it's a damage hero or whatever, but you assign abilities to that hero such that you can give it your own play style. So in some ways it's harder to get started, I think, but I've heard that it's really rewarding. Now, I haven't started playing it yet, but me and Morgan are actually going to give it a try really soon.
Yes.
Well, that
So-
sounds like the
I mean,
idea I had for Overwatch.
I
was,
just
like,
got
It does.
this game right now that we talked about before we started the podcast.
Oh,
It's
the
a type in chat
Digimon
that confused
Cyber
Trav.
Sleuth. Yeah.
Yeah, the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. It was a PS Vita game that they brought to their. They brought to.
Isn't there a sequel to that game?
Literally yesterday, they brought this yesterday. They brought it to Switch and PC. It's like $50, and I was like, all right, I'm buying it.
Don't they have two Cyber Sleuths? I thought there
I
was
don't
like.
know.
I thought there
There's
was a
one-
sequel.
There's one with like more like content and stuff.
Oh.
And then there is one called New. That's
Yeah.
a bit different.
Okay, so there's a 2015 game, Cyber Sleuth. And then there's I guess a different thing.
Memories Hack or something.
What's
I think it's
Digimon's Masters Online?
Oh wait, hold up. It's a port of the original and its sequel, and it's like a complete edition that includes all of it.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. This
It's
okay.
it's been extremely fun so far.
Is
Like,
it-
I've played
it's
I've
an
done about
RPG
4 hours
Digimon,
of
isn't it?
Yeah, so it has an
it's good?
online multiplayer. Yeah, it's been really fun. It has an online multiplayer that
You
it's
should
like
stream
battle
that.
people.
I don't know what you're doing. Fucking
Well,
wasting
I
all
was
that
too
time.
busy-
There you go.
I
There
was
you
too
go.
busy playing it.
Yeah, I'm fair.
You
I've
don't
been
messed
there.
up, AA,
This-
Ron.
So far, it's been amazing because you have two. You can choose two roles to play as. You can play as a hacker,
Mhm.
which is like this one separate group, or you can play as the detective group. And I haven't done the detective one yet, but I've done the hacker, and so far it's been extremely interesting. You don't get to create a character though. You play the character role they get. The character they
Sure.
get for the role.
I really like what you said, AJ. That's an interesting point. Sometimes when it's a game you really want to play, you almost don't want to stream it.
I
'Cause,
literally thought about it.
Yeah.
I would finish downloading. I was like, should I stream this game and everything? And I got into playing it, and I was like, 4 hours in, right before we started the podcast, I was just like, oh crap.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm definitely gonna stream Death Stranding, but it's gonna be an interesting experience because it's the first time I've played a game new on stream that I've really, really wanted to play.
I'm actually debating about whether or not I'm gonna stream.
I'm really excited for that game,
Yeah.
but not to buy it, just to see Rory play it. Like,
I'm really excited for PC Monster Hunter to get Iceborne so I can
Yes.
watch all you guys
Yes,
play Brigade.
please.
I haven't.
Oh,
that's a good
They
idea.
need to finish.
Yeah.
They still haven't beaten the game. They haven't even
I
gotten
know,
to 40
Wait,
minutes.
have they
Not
gotten
even-
to
we're
the
not
Elder?
even-
They got an Elder Dragons, right?
No,
What? We
they're
got
right
one.
before. No, you
The
haven't fought-
freaking electric unicorn or whatever.
Well,
Well, you haven't fought
low rank
annoying
version
electric
doesn't count.
unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Me and
does.
AJ
Normal
went through
version-
hell.
Normal
The
version doesn't
original
count.
one.
Other version's a bitch.
You get
Oh
stuck
god,
at
that was
point.
so hard.
That electric unicorn doesn't count.
No, not
It's an
that
Elder
version.
Dragon. It does count as fighting an Elder Dragon, but what I mean, have you done like the tracks and
There's a
everything,
high
right?
rank version of it that will destroy you.
Oh god.
Well, we have
I
that
have-
to
oh,
look
God.
forward to. It's hard.
Basically-
We're making progress, but it's
Let me
hard.
give you an idea. Don't bring blades.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
mean,
gonna
I did it
help.
with a blade, but that's because I had prior experience. But that was still
Travis
terrible.
carrying us either way.
I don't think I can
bring
carry you
sharp
through that
weapons,
one.
Bring like bows and bow guns because
Well, Rory uses
Alright.
a bow, so
That's what I use, so we're good.
I say this
I'm-
because of the fact that it has an electric aura that bounces all the weapons off you.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
So
that
doesn't
do I need to
shit.
diversify away from hammer then?
the,
Hammer might help because you don't really bounce off that; you're just smashing shit.
if you break
I,
his
um,
horn, you can successfully hit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it hitbox is literally the weak point is literally its face. That's all you get is its face.
Mm. By the
most
way,
annoying
Trev does
monster.
carry us, but Morgan is the one doing all the research.
She's
out
collecting
there
all the
when we play.
footprints.
Yeah,
but the
Trev,
the
by the
difference would
way-
be if this game was called Monster Hunter Research, that'd be great. But
Trev, by the way, we have to
Monster
bring
Hunter
them.
Research-
We have to
Hey,
bring
who's
them
the
on
one
soon.
who's like level
Monster
whatever?
Research World.
We have to bring them on Monster Hunter World soon because Fury of El Dorado is on right now.
oh,
and that's a lot of money.
is that the what you call it?
That's the
Uh,
second version of Kulv. So you'll fight
Yeah.
regular Kulv Taroth, and then if you can get it to like the last part, it'll go Arch Tempered on you
Why would I
and
want
then
to fight
it-
an arch tempered cool?
because you get badass weapons, Trev.
I hate
You get
that fight.
incandescent weapons.
we gotta
That
get
one,
back to that.
that one Morgan will do very well. You do a lot of research in that one. You have to literally find tracks.
I remember we were doing this quest, and then like Devil Joe showed up randomly, and I was like, he's not gonna leave you guys alone, and then like, he was
I
just
said,
like
"Fuck this
terrorizing
shit, I'm
them
out."
all.
He
yeah,
was. Oh my god, you remember that? Like we had to actually like Rory had to go into a hidey hole.
yeah. We had
He
to hide,
literally-
and Trev was like talking shit the whole time. He's like, "Oh, I'll
Okay,
just fight this by myself.
so-
Thanks, assholes."
So Mel uses a hammer.
Yes,
Rory
so
uses a bow. Morgan, what do you use?
I use sword, short sword and shield.
Okay, and then Trev.
I use anything. 'cause
Katana.
I made
Anything except
whatever.
for the hunting horn.
The
Yeah,
Iron Sword.
exactly.
No
anything
one
but the
uses hunting horn.
Except Dale.
I like how AJ. I like how like we've been dealing with Trev talks saying that for like ever. Like no one uses hunting horn. No one uses
No,
hunting
Dale
horn.
uses
and
the
now
bagpipes.
his like Monster Hunter World partner from back in the day has like the same attitude. Like the
Because it's useless unless
Yeah,
you're fighting
that's-
Behemoth.
Exactly. That's why. Cause that's why we played so much.
The
together,
only
'cause
time
we all
hunting horn
hated
is
it.
actually useful is if you're running wide range and mushroom rancer, because then you're basically a healer.
Yeah, but that's like nobody wants to do that.
I would watch an AJ Trev dual stream a month.
hell
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
hell yeah.
amazing. We should do that.
I'd love that. That's a
You're
good
gonna
idea.
see me getting pissed off from him for using a damn longsword and hitting me every 5 seconds.
That-
and
I
trying to
would
use
watch
Insect
that.
Glaive.
When is
I
that
would love
happening?
that. That's gotta
Insect
happen
Glaive and
soon.
Charge Blade is the only thing I main. The only things I'll mess with.
It's getting very late.
Yes.
I have
Or
a
it's
very
getting
important
weird.
phone call tonight.
Okay, you say this
Um,
every time.
Just fucking say it, mate.
I feel like at this
Which
point you
means-
don't need to say it. You just need to say I need to get off. I have to do something.
Which means that
I have a video call to do that doesn't involve us three, but other one other person in the call.
AJ,
Rory.
thank you so much for being on, and we'll have to have you on again in the future. You've already filled out the application, so you don't need to fill about that.
This was fun, though. I enjoyed
No,
it.
every time you want to be
Yeah.
on, you have to refill it out.
Don't listen to Trev.
Thank you guys,
I never
everybody in the chat, for showing up. Except that one guy.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
who
what in the
restreamed
absolute
us.
hell?
Tony.
And I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if they're still restreaming us or not.
actually
No,
went
they went
back-
No, I
offline.
don't think they are. I don't
Okay.
I
think-
went
Good.
back to check, and
Yeah, they got
were-
tired of. I saw actually they went into someone else's like thing and got banned. I was like, oh, this is just what they do. They get banned. That's fun.
He fully expected to get
Why would
banned.
you fill it out 6 times? You don't. All right, we're not gonna have you on 6 times in a row. That's just not gonna happen.
Maybe he filled out all the possible
Wow.
permutations of the application. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for showing up. It was a great time. We're gonna
Thank
be
you very
back
much, guys.
next Friday, same time, same place.
Next Friday.
Next we're gonna be
week
back
We'll have Tater.
with our guest
Yes.
Tater, who's a great dude. He's around these communities a lot, and he's a friend of ours.
By the way, was it in my stream where Tater dropped and said, "Are you guys excited about October 25th?" And I was like,
Yeah, and we were all
Yeah, I
like,
forgot
"What's
to
that?"
tell you
because
guys.
what game is coming out that day?"
I was like, I went, Call of Duty?
I was like,
Yeah, no one knew, and he was like, "I'm gonna be on the podcast," and we are all like, "Okay, cool. Like that's good," but we
like
didn't
Trev.
know.
I guess like Trevor told me, but he didn't tell me what day.
No, I
think.
told Tater in our stream, and I don't think any were there because it was like hella late. So like,
Also-
I just told him I was like, yeah, what's
In
going on?
someone's stream, yeah, Zeus.
Do you also out tomorrow? Yeah. Actually, I think a bunch of us are actually streaming tomorrow, as it would turn out, at different times
I'm
of the
gonna
day.
be, I actually am
Maybe
gonna be
I'll
trying
actually
to
stream
right
this
when I get
Digimon
home.
Not
game.
me, because I never stream on Saturdays.
I'm streaming like after Morgan streams.
I
Actually,
do random streams, so you're never gonna catch mine.
because tomorrow's Saturday, which is my day. Even though I've forgotten that. What with the
Are you starting what's called tomorrow?
Thief? I've thought about it, but I've also thought about not doing it. So we'll see which side of that I end up on.
Maybe the side of not streaming it like I did for Digimon.
We should raid someone.
Right, yeah.
Is Aerie still
Aerie-
online?
No, she
and-
Oh,
went
should I be?
offline.
Oh no,
Aerie,
wait.
is still on. Wait. Let
Oh,
me
wait,
look.
yes, she is. No, she
I
is.
thought
Right there. I
she's
see
still
her.
on. She's
Wait a minute,
playing
guys.
Overwatch.
I don't
I need
actually.
to click show more.
I don't
still
actually
on.
follow anybody on this account, so like.
She's
you
still
guys
playing
just have to let
Overwatch.
me know.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
I don't know how
let's
to
raid
spell her
Aerie.
name though. It's
Aerie has been
AIRE,
here for
right?
these podcasts previously.
She's usually at every one of them except for right now because she
Yeah,
is streaming. So
Damn,
She's-
damn,
she's all
I
about
see how
them
it is.
loot
Okay, yeah. I was
boxes.
gonna say. I was like, I think that's
Um,
how you spell it, and I was like, I'm not sure.
I think she's
Uh,
actually playing comp right now.
Yeah,
so-
she's trying to
that's
place
awesome.
her. She's trying to rank
for
her,
support right now. She's playing Moira. Yes, everybody, please follow
All right.
our friend Aerie. She's usually
Aerie's
here for-
wonderful.
she's usually here for all of our podcast streams. She's even always usually there for our regular streams when we stream. She's a really great fun person. Please give her a follow. She's a lot of fun. Morgan is actually streaming. I feel like it's been forever. I know. That's why I want to.
What are you gonna stream?
I have no idea. I have to get home from
Ooh,
work
the
and then I
suspense.
will just be getting on. So
All right, I gotta
It's a
click
surprise.
because I don't know how long it's
Yeah.
gonna take. It might just
Yeah,
like.
you gotta click raid.
it'll
All right,
actually
guys.
start counting down. So.
We'll talk to you all later. I'm gonna go get some Pop Tarts as well because I'm dying of starvation. Thanks again,
Get rid of
AJ,
those fat
who's
clouds.
somewhere
Yes, thank you,
past there
AJ.
behind the smoke.
Smoke cloud.
Yeah, we'll see you all again next week at the same time. so
Later,
prepare for
everybody.
that. All right.
Good
bye.
night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
This was.
6 clowns, bro.
You don't get to see me when it ends.